Welcome everybody. Holy shit. Testing one fucking true bullshit. Is everybody here? Oh no, everybody's not fucking here. Just a moment, everybody. There we go.
There we go.
Okay. Welcome to the Pantsless Podcast. We definitely did not have any technical issues on my end. Well, none whatsoever. With everything works. And yeah, welcome everybody to here with me today. I'm sorry, I'm not even fucking here. With me here today is the usual suspects: Northern Savant, Trevor the Miracle, and what the fuck? Where's Gradigy? Where the fuck is Gradigy? Wait, let me look at my. Who the fuck is part of No Pants these days? Has Gradigy like skipped us?
Am I on the wrong channel?
What? What? Oh.
I just dropped everything.
No, but for real, let's welcome Maxelli Sulkin. He's here. He has a purpose here. Believe it or not.
Just because I'm beautiful.
Yeah, it's just because you're beautiful. Oh my god. Okay, let's have a couple of announcements before we really go into the real shit. So, I want to first announce the newest member of No Pants Society, our own very own little Twitch stream team, who is not Sully, unfortunately, but that's okay. I did not know if this person will be in chat, but he is in chat. So let's all have a little golf clap and welcome Gorbish into No Pants Society. And I do recommend checking Gorbish out. If I can type Gorbish's name. There we go. Gorbish doesn't necessarily stream too much right now, but there will be a time in the near future where Gorbish starts the streaming thing more actively. And yeah, Gorbish is the newest member of No Pants Society. I'm super happy to have him on. It's gonna be great. Promise. And the other quickie thing that I just want to show everybody, which obviously we did not prep for anything, but I want to show this. So this was posted by the official Gearbox software Twitter account. Now, what this actually means is Gearbox will attend PAX East, which is March 28th, and people hope and believe that this is going to be Borderlands 3. But since we don't know, we can't really comment on it.
I'm not a religious man, but I believe.
Okay.
I believe. It's got me a little hype.
You can definitely tell from the drawing style. It has a little bit that Borderlands cartoonish style. Just a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely has the Borderlands art style. But me personally, I don't believe anything Randy Pitchford does or says. I mean, this was tweeted by the official Gearbox account, but Randy Pitchford is a fucking douchebag. If you don't know who Randy is, he's the CEO of Gearbox Software. And he's the worst. So whatever he says or does, I don't believe in anything. Ever again. So we'll just have to wait until PAX East and see what actually is going to happen. When Trevor realized that this is going to be PAX East and just not some arbitrary release date like March 28th, my hype meter went from here to somewhere around here.
There would be no reason to use that if it's just an announcement like, hey, we're going to be here. Because, I mean, obviously they're going to be there. It's got to mean something, right?
I mean, we're talking about Randy Pitchford here.
Yeah, but what is he gonna do? He's gonna announce it and say it's and doesn't give us like a date. It's
He does have a
in near
very
future,
punchable
meaning
face.
like 2022 or something.
See, what Randy does, what Randy did last year, for instance, he teased Borderlands 3 announcements throughout the fucking year. And Borderlands 3 was not announced last year at any of the events that Randy teased on.
Doesn't he normally though just be like, yeah, I'm gonna be at X event, like just say something like that, like I'm gonna be there, and people just take that as like, oh, he's gonna be there, he's gonna announce something.
See, I think what Randy does more is he literally teases things. Doesn't outright say anything, but he teases. He shows like little snippets and like pictures and or quotes something like what Claptrap said and stuff, which makes people go fucking crazy.
Yeah, I think a lot of people they just take what he says and takes his little sound, his little sound bites, and like he said, like he'll post something that's like, Claptrap says something, and they're like, oh, that means Borderlands 3 is coming out. Oh, what's the next event that's happening? Oh, it's going to happen then because he just said something that has nothing to do with that, but it is Borderlands 3. But like this right here is like an actual legit date, so I think it's a little bit more concrete than. I mean,
they might release it or not. Like who the fuck knows, really?
Yeah, it could be what we were talking about earlier, the remake of the first one, something like that.
I would be pissed.
Yeah,
I can play the first one right now if I wanted to.
Same.
I mean, it may not look like super great, but it's still very playable. So.
I haven't played any of the Borderlands.
Don't worry, North. Don't worry, North. We're gonna play Borderlands 3 when it comes out.
Yep.
We're gonna play all of us 4 together. We'll play Borderlands 3. But okay, let's like literally move on. So, and this is something I haven't prepped the guys with at all. So, does anybody know what 8chan is?
I've heard of it.
Okay, just to lay it a little bit out. 8chan was originally conceived because people thought that 4chan was not free speech enough. So, over the years, 8chan garnered its following and whatever, and the users. And the tipping point was when the FBI decided that 8chan should be delisted from Google because they have child pornography there and they incite violence and they dox people but the pedophilia was really the kind of the breaking point. So why am I talking about 8chan? A couple of weeks ago, THQ Nordic, the publisher of games like Darksiders, decided that they want to do an AMA, an Ask Me Anything. Typically these are done on Reddit or Twitter or even Facebook. But in THQ's intelligence, their mighty intelligence, they decided to do their AMA on 8chan. And that went as well as anybody could probably guess. And so after a while, let's see if this tweet is still up. It is. Thank Jesus. This is their sorry. I personally agree to this AMA without doing my proper due diligence to understand the history and the controversy of the site. I do not condone child pornography, white supremacy, or racism in any shape or form. I am terribly sorry for the short-sightedness of my decision and promise to be far more vigorous in my assessment of these activities in the future. This was not about being edgy. This blew up and I very much regret to have done this in the first place. And that was said by Philip Brock, who is the PR and marketing director of THQ.
Yikes.
I think at that point, like, you basically lose all credibility as a PR guy. Like, just get him out.
Yeah.
Just send him home. Don't call him.
Like,
that's...
how did they get on 8chan? Because, like, you know, like if you just do a quick Google, like where do I do Ask Me Anything forums, like 8chan is probably not the first one that pops up. Like,
Yeah, see,
so did someone like
8chan
recommend
is-
this to them, or
8chan is delisted on Google. You cannot find 8chan on Google.
yeah,
So this means that some guy inside THQ, not necessarily the PR or marketing director, but some intern was like, hey, you know what would be super edgy and cool? And they had the direct link to 8chan and be like, yo, this place is dope.
Maybe they heard that this place has a very good like freedom of speech or something from somewhere, and
But
they
I mean-
decided that they don't want to censor anybody's. So they're want
Do
their,
you need that
the
though?
full truth.
Do you
I don't
really?
yeah.
I don't know.
A very quick Google search though will show that god damn it, 8chan is not the place to do public AMAs at. They,
He uses Bing.
Yeah. I'd like to just go and behind the scenes and be a fly on the wall and see like what happened to like how did 8chan get brought up? Like,
you see, I don't
just
understand.
crazy to
Like,
me.
what's the like? How do you get from let's have an AMA, let's have it on 8chan?
yeah,
Like, there's no excuse. It
yeah, and you would think that someone would just be like, I've never heard of that, but everyone knows Reddit, so let's just use Reddit.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like that guy either one doesn't have a job already or really shouldn't in the future. That's just I'm not even like this isn't a joke. You should probably get rid of that guy because he fucked up.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I mean definitely.
Yeah,
I mean-
that's a major issue.
I mean, and like he majorly fucked up at his job. I mean, he's probably not gonna get fired, but
Oh, he might.
and a point that was made or brought up when this was happening was that it seems more and more companies are. It looks like they intentionally are fucking up, so that they can make the sorry announcement, the tweets and the letters and whatnot, and during that entire time they can just everybody's talking about them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's what they had in mind when they did it, but you know, I think it's something they can look at in a positive light, I guess. Like, well, any publicity is good publicity, but I don't know
I
if
mean,
it
yeah, if you
is the
subscribe
good
to that
publicity when it
mentality.
involves child pornography.
Yeah, but there is like smaller things you can do and say sorry about it
Yeah.
than doing an AMA.
On a site that
Yeah.
promotes child pornography, white supremacy, and racism, and doxing, and all those cool stuff. Because 4chan wasn't free speech enough.
Did the AMA actually go well itself?
So in the
I would
actual-
assume not.
in the actual AMA then. So in this PC Gamer article, what they first of all they argue that Philip Brock knew about 8chan beforehand because, and this is what somebody asked in the AMA what his thoughts on lollies are, referencing LollyCon, and
So it went as well as possible.
yeah,
Yeah.
and Brock responded, and I don't really understand this response. You got them already with say. So I mean, oh no, yeah, you got them already with say. Which I don't understand, like, because the entirety of the question is not like posted here by PC Gamer. I assume they didn't like take all the questions,
Yeah.
but apparently there was a lot of asking about lollies and the nature of the AMA was very much like haha, this is a joke. But yeah, so
Surprising.
that was THQ and their PR blunder, or like rather how not to do PR. Okay, let's get to the real shit. And essentially the reason why Sully is here today. We're gonna once again, and I swear to God, this is the last time, for my part at least, we're gonna talk about Anthem. And I swear, you guys, I don't do this because I want to rail on EA and Anthem.
Yeah,
Even though it might seem that way.
He does.
Don't you fucking lie, you guys. I do this for the for the public. Nobody seems to believe me. It's true that I find a little bit of enjoyment to rail on EA because I hate EA.
I don't hate them. I wouldn't marry them. Or
They're that acquaintance in the
Let-
far
let
left
them-
corner.
let them meet my close friends, you know. But calm down. It's EA. I mean, we all know EA. You know, whatever. But I enjoyed the game for the most part. Jumping into it, I didn't really care for the story a whole lot. And by the time that I had really actually cared to get invested in it, it was over. It wasn't very interesting. It was typical, you have something special that other people don't, and you have to go out and be a murder hobo for the entire city. Best friend, good guy, just happens to turn on you, then helps you in the end, blah, blah, blah. The story was dull. It was dull, for sure. Gameplay was really fun. I really enjoyed the gameplay a whole lot. Solo, not so much. Though if you do free play, mostly what I did was just walk around and run around and like help other people. Or them help me. Like it's a very, when you do free play, like a lot of the people will come together in a community. It's kind of cool. But as far as going solo, it was terrible. Don't buy it. I mean, don't spend your money on it. I got the EA access or the Origin access thing, so it was what, like $15 a month. Someone to try it out, and I had fun. I played with Wasby for a while, and that was cool. And then we all kind of lost interest. I beat the entire story and did a little bit of the end game content before I even hit max level. And then, we heard about all the drama with loot drops and all that bullshit. I haven't tried out the new patch, though. Apparently, they're supposed to fix everything.
Yeah, apparently they're supposed to fix everything, but the reality is something else. Yeah,
Go ahead.
I have obviously, I played Anthem for the grand total of 1 hour when I think it was Funami who gave me the beta key, and I was not impressed, to say the least. And now
You didn't at least like the gameplay, like the mech gameplay? I thought it was super cool.
I thought it was boring.
Really?
Yeah.
That's disappointing.
And look, I played alone. I didn't play with friends. And what I realized back then, and what I do realize, that I didn't get the full experience of what the gameplay has to offer. You don't test Anthem for an hour and have a valid opinion of Anthem after that.
No.
But what I've done here in the past, since release, or one of the releases, who knows when Anthem was released? Because no one knows. No one really knows, because it has 5 different release dates.
Does it really?
Yeah.
I mean, shit, there was a little graph they had circling the Twitters and Reddits where, literally 5 different release dates. And I think...
I didn't do my homework on the game. I just wanted to play it. I wanted to try it out.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
But yeah, I didn't realize that.
Because you played with the Origin Premier Access whatever thing. You played it early. That was not the official release.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So the official release came after. And I think the official release is when the physical copies came out. But what you played was an early access version of the full game. So you missed out on literally nothing.
So essentially, I got a review copy for $15.
Yeah. Now you gotta suck EA's
gotcha.
dick.
Yeah, but like I don't see how they're like gonna benefit from that. If people's gonna play
That's what I'm
the
curious
game for
about.
like $15, they're gonna play it for a month, and if they're not interested, they're not gonna buy the game. When
And that's
you
exactly
could-
what I did.
yeah,
But they're
and-
making $15, and there are going to be people that are still interested in keeping that service because of the other free games that you have to, or that it unlocks with it. Like you can play
Yeah.
like Dead Space 1, 2, and 3, like all kind of shit.
yeah, but
Just by
people are
having
not
that.
gonna buy the game. Like,
But they're
You
still
could-
making money off you.
Yeah,
It doesn't
but-
matter. You're still paying $15 a month to play all these old ass games that you never got to play.
yeah, but
they're still gonna make money
There's so
off it.
many games there that there's no reason to have the access. Like, there's so many. You're never gonna have that time to play everything there. There's so many games. You're either gonna pay for like 10 years just to try out all those games.
People are stupid. I paid $15 to play Anthem. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with Northwood on
That's a
this one.
side note. I don't know. That's my thinking, at least. That people will just maintain that service, even if they did just jump on to play Anthem.
Yeah,
They'll see what
probably.
else they can get out of it.
See, I fully expect that a lot of people bought into the $15 thing to try out Anthem. I mean, it's
Yeah.
way less of an investment than compared to like, oh, I'm gonna try it out for $60, which I mean people also do, but
I feel if people paid that initial $15 and then realize that they like the game, they buy the game, cancel the service. Which by then you have $75 into a game that may or may not get better.
Yeah.
But with
Let's see.
Anthem, what I've done with Anthem is I've been the one who's cruising the Anthem subreddit, and whoo boy, it's on fire. People are not really happy with Anthem, and a lot of YouTubers are also like really jumping on Anthem and the kind of negative success that it's having to get those coveted YouTube views. But I wanna ask Sully a couple of questions to get a broader picture of what Anthem actually is. So Anthem is a looter shooter at its core, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
If EA tells you that no, or BioWare, no, it's an action role playing game, would you believe that?
Your end game is loot and shoot, for sure. It's a little more tactical than, say, like Borderlands. I would more put it as maybe like where Division Endgame was. Like it's kind of everything becomes bullet sponges and all that nonsense. Well, I guess Borderlands is kind of like that too. But
See, I think a lot of players who especially those who went super blind into the game, it necessarily not really know what they're getting into because BioWare was making the game. And if you go into the game hoping for a rich story-driven game, you're essentially not going to get it, right?
no, like I said, I didn't do my homework and I just wanted to jump into it. There are characters that you can kind of, relate with and that have likable, they all have likable personalities. There's even this one dude. All right, and I fucking hate this guy. All right. So in Fort Tarsus, you get off your mech and straight ahead of you is like these two doors that you have to walk into, and there's this one dude that's always creeping in there. His name's Neeson. So you walk through, and his line every single time, don't ever talk to him, by the way, if you play the game. His line is, I really don't think that earwax should be this color. And then if you talk to him, he just rambles on about stupid shit. But every single time, and you have to pass through here all the time, every single time he says the same thing. And I just want to punch him right in his face. But they all have, like I said, all the characters have really good personalities and everything. It's just the story was so lackluster. Especially the end. And like I do want to say what the end was. But
Okay, chat, you have 5 seconds to say yay or nay. Do we spoil the game or not?
I mean, it's not even like really going to spoil the entire game. Just, the end. I was just so disappointed.
Chat doesn't care. Go ahead.
All right, cool. So normally at the end of a game, like you have this big build up, which there was. There was a build up to, you know, the end boss fight, bunch of cool shit going on. And then you fight the end boss. So you fight like 3 phases of this dude and get to the end, and you're just like pounding into him the entire time. And then his health gets down to like a quarter. And you don't kill him. You don't get to kill him. It is not you that kills him. A spaceship comes in and is like, wham! Game over. You don't get to kill the end boss. And it was that moment. I was playing with Wasby at the time, and I was like, that was the most anticlimactic and disappointing thing that I have ever experienced in my life. Dead serious. I was so pissed off. And we both stopped playing immediately after that. We didn't do anything else. He has not touched the game since.
Yeah, Wasby told me that he was really unimpressed with the story.
It pissed me off so much. I don't even care to play like DLC, and I think that's above like all the other issues that the game had. Even if they fill that gap, and even if they fix all the problems, I still don't give a shit. Because I'm that irritated about that part of the story, the very end.
See, what baffles me is that they... Like, you have to know, right? You have to know beforehand that if you don't let the player kill the one bad guy...
There's no satisfaction.
Yeah, that's like going to watch like a superhero movie and like you're like, oh, I'm gonna go watch, you know, Spider-Man, and then like, you know, you watch the whole Spider-Man movie and he's like, you know, he has the rise becoming Spider-Man, then he gets the fall, and then he's like has to beat the bad guy to get the rise, and then Iron Man comes in and kills the bad guy, and then
exactly.
Yeah. Well, shit, Spider-Man didn't even have to be in the fucking movie.
You know,
because what's the point at that point? What's the point of watching Spider-Man at that point? What's the point of playing Anthem for the story if your entire story arc just comes to this climax and then it never climaxes? Like,
you know, the DLC is gonna be like he somehow survived the blast from the ship, and he's like half mech and comes back alive. And, I've come back for my revenge.
I mean, you know that's probably what's going to happen. I guarantee there's a DLC that comes out if they do that. But why would they? Like, at least fake it and make me think that I killed him.
Yeah.
Don't introduce bad guy A at the beginning of the game. Yeah. But don't introduce bad guy A at the beginning of the game and then not let you take care of bad guy A at the end.
Yeah.
I mean... And we're talking about BioWare here. The studio that is known for its storytelling and structure and its epic moments. I mean, obviously Anthem is not that. Like, if don't go into Anthem expecting to get a story game, or at least a satisfactory story game.
Especially since I just spoiled the entire thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, but again, like it's like a limp dick, you know. The entire ending.
Really, I said penis joke in chat. You finally had to say something about
I had to. It's building up in me. It's building up. I see chat. And I'm like, damn. I need to like try to win this.
I need. How can I get a penis joke in here?
How do I get the peen in here? We're professional, by the way.
You know, I woke up this morning and I looked at my phone and I saw Solly drop a penis there, and Tommy was like, "Is that a peen?" And that's how I wake up most of the days.
I mean, what kind of man are you if you can't just make a penis joke every once in a while? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Women make vagina jokes, right?
I assume so.
Is that just a guy thing?
God damn it.
So,
professional.
So let's continue with Anthem.
Yeah, go ahead. Fire them at me, dude.
Do you know if the game still has a stat screen?
Stat screen? Like at the end of a...
No, a character
expedition?
stat screen.
Honestly, I have no idea.
Like, do you have strength?
I haven't played
dexterity?
since the new patch came out. I haven't played.
See, I can answer for you. It doesn't have.
Well, I figured it didn't since you asked me.
The reason I bring it up is we're still talking about a loot-based game where your entire reason to play is to min-max your gear, right?
Yeah, it's definitely that kind of game.
So
For sure.
why doesn't it have a stat screen?
That
What-
is really weird.
Why is the UI so fucked? That
It is. I forgot to mention that the UI is really difficult to navigate. Like, even once you get comfortable with it, it's still everything is too many clicks away, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Like, you have to do way too many actions to get to where you want to be.
Yeah, the way it was when I played, and I still assume it's the same way, is like you, to get to the thing you want to look at or change or whatever, it's down a menu, in a menu, in a menu. In
Yeah.
A menu.
Yeah, like everything is like that. Even like your settings and everything, like it's just buried beneath bullshit.
Which is, I mean, I can't, I don't understand. Like, how do you fuck up a UI? I mean, there's tons and tons of games that already have a UI. Why not look at those games, and if you don't blatantly copy it, at least take inspiration from them.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't just do the general, like, press I for inventory, or press tab for what kind of underwear you're wearing. I don't know. Like, why
Well,
didn't you just
see,
have all those
They don't-
reasonably
They don't have
accessible?
it. They don't have it because they have
There's
to-
hotkeys, but
they've
it's still
completely
like
made
to
the game
get
for
back
this.
out.
You
Yeah,
can't-
that's
they,
true.
They can't fucking do it for a mouse and keyboard because this is what they want you to play with.
Well, that's still way too much to do on a controller.
Oh, but console plebs, they don't know what they want.
Yeah, it's not a lie.
Don't hate me, chat. I play consoles too, I swear.
Same. Majority of the games that I've been playing are all on controller.
I like controller.
Oh,
So
I mean,
I
I
like
use a
controller.
controller for most of my games anyway. But that's why I use the controller for Anthem too, because at least like in the beta, the flying and everything, it was seriously fucked with the mouse.
It took a while to kind of hone the flying in a little bit, but once you turned like the there was, what is it, mouse, I can't think of the word.
Acceleration.
Like when you move the mouse, yeah, acceleration. Once you adjusted that and the sensitivity a little bit, the flying became really easy. But the core way that the flying was set up was trash. Like every 3 seconds, it was like boom wall, all the time. But yeah, after a while, there was actually, I think somebody I was playing with suggested that I set it up a certain way, and it worked perfect. But yeah, the flying was really cool after I could actually do it.
Another thing of the loot, which I still believe is not like changed in any way, because I think it's a core kind of gameplay thing, and it's another thing that I don't really understand the design decision about it, because like when you're in the world and you're doing like a stronghold or whatever, and a gun drops, you can pick that gun up, but you cannot look at that gun right then and there.
I thought that was really irritating as well. That really drove me nuts, because you don't get to see that until the end. Even if you're in free play, you can't look at that until you end and go back to Fort Tarsis, which is like your social area, your home area, which I'll talk about that in a little bit.
That sounds weird.
But yeah, it's really stupid. It's really used, so you can't change equipment while you're out there. So if you're fighting something specific that you need like a different build for, you can't set yourself up for that like mid expedition.
I understand
You
that.
can't even change
but
equipment.
No, you can't change anything. Like what you're geared with, you can't get out of your mech and like change a piece on your mech. You have to wait until you go back to the fort and then rerun it again.
I sort of understand that, but they should have still like locations along the map where you can change them. Like
That would be
like
genius.
a
Yeah.
repair station or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
would
mean,
be the
I
easy
guess
thing.
to make it more realistic, I understand like you can't just like swap out shit on your mech right away, but like how
Yeah.
Norse it. I think that's a really good idea to like have specific spots where you can like technically go in and work on your
See,
mech or whatever.
BioWare. See,
Yeah.
see. Even I'm just railing on the game here, but look, listen to my people. They have good ideas. Fucking hire them.
I would say the identifying the weapons you pick up, that sounds a lot like Diablo. how like you pick up a weapon, like a you don't know what it is. You have to like use a scroll or something to find out what it is, or take it back to the town and let the guy identify it for you. So I could kind of understand that maybe, like if you like did the shops like North is saying, then you could take your weapons back there and let the mechanic or whatever fucking identify the weapon for you or whatever. I kind of understand that just because I've seen it in Diablo and it works in that game.
Maybe we're just spoiled. Good.
Can you see the rarity on the weapon when it drops?
Yeah.
So maybe it's made so that you get that sensation for a longer period. Like you get like super rare weapon and you're like,
no, you forget about it.
You forget about it?
You forget about that shit.
Do you? Do you really forget about that super rare weapon?
Dude, if you start an expedition, if you start an expedition and you shovel just thousands of rounds into something over and over and over again for like 30 minutes, but at the beginning of the expedition you get like a masterwork weapon, which is like they're extremely rare. If you get to the beginning of it and you shovel those rounds, dude, by the time I got to the end of it, I completely forgot that I picked it up. Because like it doesn't stay on the screen or anything. You just
Didn't you just get like double excited? You're like, oh shit, I picked up this match, and then
I forgot about this.
Oh my
yeah, it was it was basically like, hey, I forgot about this, but it's okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, very neutral on the game now. I don't.
The idea is there, but it's not working because people tend to forget about it.
Yeah.
You want it like now and then, right there, and you want to equip it right away.
Hell yeah, dude! I just picked up something shiny.
But if
I
you're
want to
like,
use it
in the middle of battle, all your friends are like fighting, and you're like, oh my god, this masterwork is so cool, and everyone else just dies because you weren't there.
I mean, it worked in Borderlands. So,
it did. It did work in Borderlands.
And I mean, it's just a matter of like, how much do you want to be inconvenient towards the player?
Yeah.
Because with not being able to use the things you get during your expedition means that you have to go back to Fort Tarsis. And that's something I want to ask about is, how much does Fort Tarsis suck ass?
It's god awful compared to the rest of the game. Maybe if the whole game was set up the same way. But let's go back and just explain what Fort Tarsis is. And all right. So, like I said, it's your main hub for like quests and vendors and everything. But it's not in third person like the rest of the game. It's in first person. You have a sprint and a walk. So the walk moves like this, that speed. And then the sprint moves like this. Did you see the difference? Okay, the difference is like 0.03 steps per second. Like, it is the slowest increase of movement I have ever seen in my life. So not only do you have to pass Neeson 47 times while you're there, you have to do it as slowly as possible. Navigation's terrible. I hated it. Neeson's there. I don't have much to say about Fort Tarsis. I hope they bomb it. It's not a good social hub at all. And I keep saying social, but it's not the social. There is a social area, which is pretty god awful in its own.
Is that the
Lemons.
It's
the hangar?
Yeah, or something like that. I didn't. I think I went there once, and it's just basically people just go in there. There's like 2 vendors and like 4 people running in circles. That's what it is.
See,
you could probably meet up with people, but guess what? There's no text chat in the game.
Oh yeah.
So you can't say, "Hey, bro, you want to run an expedition?" You have to stand there and sprint at him and hope that he invites you. That's how that works.
Conveys the point what you want to make.
Yeah. Maybe if I run into him enough, he'll get a concussion. Like, that's all you can do there.
See, like the not including text chat is just another one of those like baffling design choices, because, and I remember reading about this. This was before anybody really played Anthem. So there's this law in place right now that dictates that games have to be accessible to everybody, even people with disabilities. So implementing text chat doesn't necessarily really comply with those laws, because not everybody can use a keyboard. So their thinking is, let's not have text chat at all. Let's just have voice.
No, don't even give them that logic.
Yeah, that is it.
Don't give them that credit. That's horseshit. You know what it was?
Mute.
It was a lazy lack of implementation in between porting from console to PC.
I mean, I
Guaranteed.
believe that one way more.
Somebody overlooked it and they were like, yeah, we probably just don't really need this.
Console
So in
people
4
don't
years,
take
the
that
game will
much,
get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's probably one of those quality of life updates that are coming to the game. Or
Maybe
came to the game,
maybe
I don't
we
know.
can mod it. Let's put a mod in. Let the community do it. There's no PvP, no big deal.
Even with the not including PvP, I mean, not having PvP can necessarily not a bad or a good thing.
Yeah.
But I think that Anthem is one of those games that, like, can you really run the game forever against enemy AI?
I can't say yes or no because I didn't, like I said, I gave up at endgame.
It's just like thinking about myself, even like why doesn't it have PvP? Come on, like it's fucking Iron Man suits. Like, how cool would that be, like flying around like shooting fireballs at each other? Like, what the fuck? It's the easiest thing. There's the Fort motherfucking Tarsus over there. Let's build an arena over there where these guys can fucking battle each other.
I think it would cause trouble like creating that, because if you can like fly up and down, you're not gonna have your standard like ground level fighting. You're just gonna
Don't give
have
me
to,
that
like,
bullshit.
But it's gonna take a while. I think
I mean,
they're
you can
gonna
make a
implement
dome.
it.
You can make a dome, right?
Yeah, but they're gonna implement it probably later, because it's probably
Jesus
gonna take a
Christ.
lot of
How
time
fucking
trying to
hard
make
is
that.
it to make a?
You gotta wait for the
Make an
story
arena
to make
in a
it to
dome.
Thunderdome.
Oh yeah, the Thunderdome. Let's do it.
Oh yeah. Is that after they resurrect the guy you don't kill at the end?
Yeah, probably.
It's gonna be a standalone DLC that's only the Thunderdome. It's $30, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Something
yeah.
stupid. You've got me fired up about stuff that I wasn't even pissed about when I played the game. Like, I forgot it made me mad.
Welcome to the podcast. No, but it's just like looking from an outside perspective at the game. It's almost daily at this point where there's just weird decisions made constantly, and I don't know like what it is. Thank you, whoever did that. I was about to do that myself.
You're
That was
welcome.
classy.
Well, we
That's nice. That was
we're
better
talking
than,
about peeps.
Sully's.
Yeah, that was definitely way better than mine, actually.
Yeah.
You should see it in real life. It's way worse.
But like even with Anthem, what is currently happening, by the way, with Anthem is that the player base we have obviously no statistics or analytics to like show anybody, because they're nowhere to be found except inside EA's wretched vagina asshole HQ.
It's a terrible combination of body
It
parts.
is, but it's what EA is. So what the player base has now started their week-long blackout in Anthem, and the point of the blackout is to not play the game. But obviously, not everybody browses Reddit, so who knows how many people are actually participating in this. And the reason they are doing this is right now, a new update rolled out, and the update introduced a bug, according to BioWare, which increased the drop rate for more rare loot. And the player base reported like with a huge masses that they actually like having more loot. Like it makes them want to play the game more because they get that reward more frequently. But BioWare decided in their position that it's indeed a bug. So they reverted back the loot drops to whatever it is right now, which again means that people are grinding for nothing. They literally cannot get better gear because the drop rates are so low. And I don't understand. It's a loot fucking shooter. You're supposed to get those rewards.
The entire time that I
frequently.
played that game, I only found one masterwork weapon. That's it. And that was before this issue. That was before they messed around with this.
How many hours would you say you played, like total?
I don't even know if I can check right now. I honestly don't know.
What
But
are we talking about? Like 10, 15, 20?
I'd say probably like, I would give it 30, 40.
Okay.
But I think it's kind of getting old. Like every single time someone points out a major mistake or like huge problem in Anthem, they're just gonna say, "Oh, it's a bug. Sorry, we're gonna fix it." Like, not everything can
How
be a
big
bug.
does your laundry list have to be before you either one, kill the game, or two, just fucking fix it? You know?
See, I understand that, like, rolling up updates might break stuff here and there. I mean,
Yeah.
programming-wise, the game is probably super complex. But what makes this loot drop thing stupid is that the player base liked it. They wanted that to stay in. And BioWare just said no. That this is not how the game's supposed to work. And on Twitter, that one of the lead whatever dudes announced that they're gonna monitor the loot drops for the next coming months, and they literally just flipped the switch that rolled back the drop rates to like 0.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the gameplay is not like compelling enough, you gotta get the loot. Because if you don't even get the loot in a mediocre game, you're just gonna stop playing it.
See, I think loot is the only reason to play the game. It's a looter shooter. Like the game mechanics have to be there.
If you get all the best
It has to be
loot, then you're going to
fun,
quit
but-
playing it again as well.
You were saying, Trevor?
I said if you get all the best loot, you're going to quit playing as well because you're like, well, I did 100% the game technically.
Yeah, but you can always like stretch it out. You can always add like 10 points more to the end, and people are gonna have to grind like, let's say like 50 more hours.
Oh yeah,
Get
if they
that
do
10
that,
extra
if they
points.
if they keep adding stuff to it or whatnot, then yeah. I'm talking about.
I can't imagine, and I hate going back to compare this because Bowser said it in chat, Borderlands. I hate even having any comparison between these two games, but I can't imagine myself doing what I did for things in Borderlands like the B Shield and other things, like just grinding for hours to find the one that I want. You know what I mean? I can't imagine doing that in this game. I enjoyed that, like I said, I enjoy the gameplay. The mechanics are fucked. Like as far as the whole stat screen, I didn't even realize there wasn't one. But the whole drop system and not being able to see what it is when it does drop, all of that nonsense just makes me not want to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even with Borderlands, at least the unique weapons and unique items, you could, if you wanted to, you could check them online from what boss drops what items. And in Anthem, there is no unique weapons.
I didn't really know how the loot tables worked in this game. I didn't know if it was a complete random drop or if it was like mob related. I wasn't really positive.
Like apparently different mobs and bosses have different loot tables, but there literally exists no unique drops.
Okay.
That's kind of weird.
So if I get a masterwork that's like shotgun whatever, and somebody else gets the same shotgun, it's the same exact shotgun, is what you're saying.
I mean, it might have the same name as the shotgun you have, but they might have different attributes.
Okay, see, I didn't know if there was any difference between.
But again, like those are things like you can change those anytime. You could add unique weapons into the game. It's a live service game, so the point is to add on it, right?
Yeah.
But it's weird how BioWare has just communicated these changes to the players, and honestly, I believe the players should decide what stays and goes from the game, because the players are the ones playing it, right? So if the players decide that the drop rates were good, then why fuck with it?
I mean, nowadays you can't make money if you don't have fan service. Well, I mean, you can, but
See, there's with Anthem, there's like controversy after controversy after controversy, and I mean now Division 2 comes out. So how many of those Anthem players who are deeply disappointed with Anthem will play Division? Oh yeah, I mean, I was looking at Dr. Disrespect playing Division today, and I was like, I might want to get this game.
I don't know if I want to or not.
I
I
don't
played
know.
the beta. I mean, I don't really want to talk about it now, but I did play the beta. Maybe. I don't know yet.
You have to see.
I played
I think it depends on like friend base. Go ahead, North.
I played Division 2, not Division 2, the Division 1 when it was like on a free weekend. And I kind of liked the game, and I was still in that honeymoon phase, and it never went off because I had to stop playing the game because the free weekend ended. So I didn't get to like experience everything in the game, and that's why I'm like thinking about Division 2, because I wanna experience that thing again.
I mean, I'm seriously considering it. Like if it's so difficult these days to like buy a AAA game on release, especially from shoddy companies. Like I'm cautious with Ubisoft. Like I've gone from I'm never gonna play your games again to just cautious.
Yeah.
And even with Anthem, this is why you don't pre-order games, and this is why there should be more services like pay $15 for a month and then just play. Instead of like you have to pay $60 and maybe you hate the game, maybe you don't hate the game.
I kind of want to talk about that premium access thing, because it's a good system. Like you get a lot of games, but I think if everyone buys that, everyone gets everything. So eventually, if they're like gonna release a new DLC, you're gonna get it for Anthem like instantly. You're gonna be able to use it. But if everyone has that access, they're not gonna actually sell any new DLCs. Technically, they don't get more money for creating more content for the games. So if everyone has the access, they're probably gonna do so. You have to buy the DLC so you can play it like 2 weeks early. So you're gonna have to get the access and buy the DLC so you get all the good stuff like immediately after the release of the DLC. But right now, usually, I think at least for the Battlefield 1, when they released the newest DLCs, you would get them like always with the premium access.
I definitely think that you should not force the players to buy separate DLCs.
But that's gonna happen because you're not gonna create more money if everyone has the Origin access.
What will probably happen is the Origin Access memberships, the amount of memberships will probably go up as subsequent DLC comes out or new release or whatever.
Yeah.
I think companies are slowly but surely realizing that they have to offer something else besides the $60 price tag.
Yeah.
Because I do
Especially
think
for unfinished games.
yes. Especially for unfinished games.
Looking at you, everybody ever, right now.
Yeah. 1.0 means nothing nowadays.
No, it means
Don't
early
fall
access
for
10
it.
years ago.
There's no reason to pre-order if you get like a game that is not finished and it's like really not finished.
So the point is, don't fucking pre-order.
And don't
Here we
even
go
buy
again.
and don't even buy the game on release date because it's not ready.
Like I understand like collectors buying collector's editions, But
Yeah.
there's literally no reason why you have to pre-order, because digital copies will not end ever, and you still get that. You can wait. Usually embargoes end like on release date. Usually, so you can wake up and watch the reviews of whatever, because they're all going live at the same time because they're made beforehand. They just can't release them. So,
But I want
you
that
literally
golden
have.
horse armor.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I want the fucking horse armor.
You get one stupid thing and you get the preload, so you play it at midnight. Yay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Then
hell yeah.
when it releases at midnight, then you have like a day one patch, so you're fucked anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, Division 2 with
'Cause-
your 90
yeah,
gigabyte fucking
Yeah.
update.
That's the new thing now. Day one update.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I understand. Like, if you really want to play it on midnight, then, but then you're taking a $60 risk. And
Yeah.
honestly, like, when we really get down to it, was anybody really surprised that Anthem is not the greatest game ever made?
I mean, I knew it wouldn't be.
Surprised.
I
Because the hype
honestly
was
got
unreal.
more. I got more time out of it than I expected to, so I will give the game that. Honestly, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I honestly thought that people that were, I guess, like very critical of games would criticize it a lot, kind of, like how we're doing. But I thought for just the majority of people, it actually would do pretty well. I didn't expect like this whole like blackout thing going on and things like that. I would have, like, I'm surprised that happened. I'm surprised it's that bad that just the general population is like, oh, this isn't that good.
That's a good point to make.
The
Because
subreddit was overwhelmingly positive before the game released.
yeah. Oh shit! Shut up! Fucking Metacritic. This is what the Metacritic looks like right now. Gonna zoom in on that beautiful 60 and 4.3. I mean, the user score is bullshit because there's bunch of tens like this. I don't know why people hate on it so much. I loving it, and all the issues will be addressed in the future. 10 out of 10, literally. Metacritic. Go away, you fucking video. Amazing game. I have feelings like in Diablo series. Gameplay is feeling very good, and I love it. 10 out of 10, Metacritic.
I like how the first one's like, there's issues, but they'll be addressed later. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. They will be addressed in the future. 10 out of 10. I mean, this is
This
why.
guy sold me a broken car, but he said he'll fix it later on. So
Yeah.
great dealer.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 car.
Would buy again.
Would buy again. I will recommend to others.
The user score has went down 0.1 since yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see that. God damn. But it's
What a
like
shame.
the thing that I want to like point out more is that the professional reviewers Metacritic score is 60, which is, by the way, lower than Fallout 76. So
Oh, wow.
I'm
Let-
still interested in Fallout 76, unfortunately.
let that sink
I
in.
liked it.
The
I know,
broken, half-baked, half-finished shit
Dumpster
show,
fire.
dumpster fire that was Fallout 76
I know.
has a higher Metacritic score by professional reviewers than what Anthem has. Like, whoo boy. No,
What a shame.
Honestly, I thought that was probably like the most interesting fact about the Metacritic scores, comparing them to Fallout 76, which was you could almost like pinpoint when the professional games journalism took a nosedive when Fallout came out, and now everybody's just pissed off. So now when any game comes out, it's like, this game's shit, and then
I think it's a-okay to be more critical about games. I don't think we have to suck the dick of every publisher or developer. That I be more critical. Tell them what's wrong with the goddamn game. Don't hype shit up. It's not worth it.
yeah,
We see what
definitely-
happened. We got Anthem.
definitely. Criticism is always. I feel criticism is good, but it has to be at least somewhat constructive. Like, just saying the game is shit doesn't mean anything.
To be fair, I just checked. Fallout 76 has a score of 52.
It has
now
52?
On Metacritic.
What?
All right, so CNN
down.
up there in the top left corner. Sorry. I didn't mean to hit you with the fake news.
I'm sorry. Like, really? Have I been lied to?
It was
It might have gone down.
Yeah, 52. What the fuck?
Since you can see how many like people have like professionals have created a review.
Oh my gosh.
That probably means that more people have like waited to see what other people think about the game and then made their decision based on it, and actually like
I mean,
dropped
maybe.
it below it.
Or our viewers just heard what Tumlo said, and then they went in there and
Yeah.
trolled the Fallout 76 and gave it bad
Yeah, they
reviews.
created professional reviewer accounts.
What is
Fucking
the
stream snipers?
what is the like player reviews?
2.5.
That
That's brutal.
that's brutal. Yeah.
Not to get sidetracked for the third time. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
mean, literally.
But damn.
Literally, 10 out of 10. I playing Fallout series since 1997, I guess. This game is somewhat different that we have having in Fallout 1, 2, and Fallout 3, but game is still good. Story and investigation quests are interesting, and you will find yourself playing solo as well. World is beautiful and huge. Bugs? Question mark. Almost all games have bugs at start. MMO bugs. But do not judge it for that. Balance maniacs and perfectionists will have to wait few months. 10 out of 10.
That
I like how
reminds
you-
me about the meme I sent like probably a month ago, where this it had like a headline: "Finally, a single player Fallout 76 game," says the last person playing this game, or something like that. And that I bet that guy is the guy.
I was just gonna say I like that when you read the reviews, you sound like a Finnish person that's like can't speak proper English.
It's because they write shit English.
I know. But it's like almost like you have a Finnish accent when you read those reviews, but like in just normal dialogue, you don't.
Yeah, because I have to, because it's goddamn broken. Like the game itself.
All right, what's this next dumbass question about this game? No, I'm just kidding. What else can you get me mad about?
No, this is good. I mean, I actually don't have to do a whole lot of work here. Did you try all the javelins?
Yes.
Would you say
I
that
did.
they are different enough to warrant different playthroughs?
You don't have to do different playthroughs.
Oh yeah, you can switch them mid playthrough.
Yeah, you actually, as you go, once you hit like certain levels and stuff, you can just unlock the next javelin and then work on that one as well.
Okay.
So I started with, I don't know why I didn't mention this in the beginning. I started with the Colossus, which is the big Titan. Super fun. Really cool. He's got like a big giant shield and can run into shit, and he's pretty much the GOAT. Like everybody dies, I can just go res them and I'm fine. The Interceptor is a really cool one. It kind of reminds me, if you guys ever played Warframe, it's a very melee based and really quick. What's the other one? Storm would be, how do you explain Storm? It's kind of like your elemental based. Every class has a wizard, or every game has a wizard. That's kind of what that will be.
Storm is based obviously on the X-Men character called Storm.
Same hair and everything.
Mhm.
And then the Ranger, the most lackluster of them all.
Damn, I
It's
played
just-
Ranger.
It's a really boring class. Like that, I feel like Ranger would be like the go-to for somebody very new to video games, period. It's like this is the most balanced and not fast-paced, not slow-paced. Like it is the most balanced and boring thing that you could possibly do with your life in that game. It's really not great. I did not like the Ranger at all. I think I played. Yeah, I unlocked the Ranger. It was the first one that I unlocked after Colossus, and I spent maybe an hour on it, and I was like, "This sucks." And then I went to Interceptor, and I fucking sliced them up. I was pretty hyped whenever I did that. Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, as far as classes go, honestly, I would say that people would probably enjoy Storm and Interceptor, but I'm lazy and slow, so I went Colossus.
but so obviously the javelins are different. So when you're playing like whatever class, I know the game is emphasizing on team play, but does it ever
Yeah.
come to like real fruition?
What, do you have to be in a team?
Yeah, I mean, like, does the gameplay get
Is it
better
aimed toward that?
because- Yeah, and then, like, does it reach its fullest potential when you're teamed up with 3 other guys and you're wailing on
Yeah.
the boss?
Yeah, absolutely. And it even explains, because there's like the normal difficulty when you go out to do an expedition, you have a difficulty. There's normal and then like Grandmaster 1 through 3. And each one of those Grandmasters explain kind of what you need to gear up for and get ready for. So like Grandmaster 1 is like, we suggest that you had finished the game and have like decent gear or whatever. Grandmaster 2 is a little more difficult. It explains that you need to kind of gear yourself in a certain direction with all of your stuff. So if you want to do all lightning, then you want all of your shit to be lightning and gear out that way. And then Grandmaster 3 is, they suggest like very heavy communication, classes built around each other. So like you want an Interceptor, you want a Colossus, you want the whole ordeal to go in geared up really well and have good communication. So I mean,
Yeah.
they warn you for all that stuff, but if you're playing solo and with the player base that it has now, you're probably not going to get that.
Yeah, I watched you play it. You stream it a little bit, and
Yeah, for what I
I
could.
feel like the javelins when you fly around, especially, I don't know if there's like different sounds on them, but when you fly around, the engine sound, and every time you like jump or use a booster or something, it makes like crazy sound, like.
Dude, that was one of the things that got me super hype about the game, because when you
Oh.
jump, it's like whoosh.
Like that got old so fast. Like
Really?
at first it sounds so cool, but then it's like starts to hurt my ears and stuff. Like stop! I don't want to hear that every single time you jump.
I think that's the only thing that would get me hype if I open the game up right now was the booster sound. That's it.
And the other thing is that I noticed that if you have like, is it 4-man squads, right?
Yeah.
If you have like 4 men and they all would be in the voice, it would be fairly fun actually to play it like that, because they have pretty good like tactical synergy and stuff like that. I feel like it would be actually very enjoyable to play that game with 4 people or 4 motivated people.
Yeah, good luck finding 4 motivated people.
Yeah, I'm like that's why I was disappointed at the end. Like there was nobody to end game with at all.
Yeah.
Like I said, Wasby dropped out on me, and it was basically just me and him, and that was it. But I don't care that much to even try to find people to play that game with.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Maybe when the game is ready,
Yeah.
like in a year. So yeah, Anthem has been released. It's okay, I guess. Story sucks. Gameplay loop is good. The loot drops are fucked. They have a roadmap you can check, and yeah, it's a game. It's I mean, you want to play a looter shooter. Division 2 comes out. Nobody knows if it's good or not. There's Destiny 2, which is apparently in a good place right now. So I mean, there's that. Yeah, they have had problems. Like even the sales got reported from UK that sales are less than Mass Effect Andromeda, but sales are really difficult because you only have physical sales from one country. It doesn't really represent the entirety of the truth. They had a weird bug in the game which made the basic rifle that you get when you create a class is the best weapon in the game, which was, by the way, hilarious.
I saw that.
I mean, that was just great. And that is a bug. But how it got like not tested is weird. But it may or may not be fixed. Nobody really knows right now, at least from us, I think. And yeah, and right now Anthem is having a blackout made by the player base because the loot drops are ridiculous. So obviously the release has not been great for the game. The one question on my mind is, when is EA gonna kill this project like they did with Andromeda? Quietly took it behind the shed, put a bullet in its head, subsequently canceled all the DLCs. I fear, like, I don't wish for any game to be bad, but I understand that BioWare fucked up and EA has fucked up. Anthem is not the game everybody wanted to be. It might be cool to fly around in an Iron Man suit, but if you don't have content for your Iron Man suit flying game, then it's just gonna get boring.
Yeah.
Okay, I think my dog is done yelling.
Oh,
Go ahead.
So, Sully, you get final word on Anthem. Recommend or do not recommend?
I think I'm gonna definitely say that I'm at the lower half of neutral on the game. It's not absolute shit, but don't buy it for full price. That's pretty much where I'm gonna stand on it right now.
Yeah, I feel like if you have a $15, if your economy is not dependent on $15 and you want to try out Anthem, I think $15 is a fair asking price because you do get like 1 month of unlimited game time.
And
Which, by the way, I
it,
did finish that in 1 month. Go ahead.
And if you don't like it, you can just play all the other games you get with the premium access.
Yeah, all the other 200, 300 games you get with access.
Yeah.
Hashtag sellout.
I paid $80 for it. I mean,
oh yeah.
See,
that's too much, man.
Here's Tomelo's little lesson 101 when you buy video games. Don't pre-order. Never pay over full price. 60 being full price.
And don't pre-order.
Don't fucking pre-order! Ever. Companies don't need the pre-order. Like, literally, they don't need it.
And you don't need the pre-order.
Especially
really
digital. Don't pre-order digital. Savage.
Oh, yeah, if you pre-order digital, then, I mean, if the game sucks, you have no one to blame but yourself.
Yeah, if you order or pre-order digital, you're probably on a no-fly list somewhere. Don't do that. That's stupid.
Like, I understand pre-ordering, collector's editions, limited collector's editions, or, I mean, even collector's editions. Like, if they have a cool box or whatever. Sure, you can pre-order that, but I mean, pre-ordering
or Fallout 76 jacket and a backpack.
Oh yeah, or the canvas bag. Remember the canvas bag that was not canvas because they run out of materials.
Did you see the Fallout 76 the jacket?
Yeah, wasn't it fucked somehow? Like at that point, I just stopped caring about Fallout 76.
You know the material that IKEA bags are made of. It's like tarp.
Yeah.
And apparently it was like that.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Jesus. Okay.
And the price tag was like $200.
Of course it was, because only suckers buy it. All right. That was Anthem. Let's move on.
What's it been, like 6 hours?
We have finally conquered. That was the last time we'll talk about Anthem on this podcast ever again. Until the next time.
It's an hour and 40 minutes on Anthem.
Well, technically 1 hour and 20 minutes. Because 20 minutes was spent on, not technical issues.
Getting all those midgets in Finland that run in treadmills to get the internet working.
Yeah, what I did was I ran down to the basement and yelled really, really loudly at them.
You're running out of sync!
Oh, man. Okay, let's move on. Who here knew, hands up, who knew that Steam was selling videos prior to this podcast?
I do.
Steam is stopping selling videos or movies. I put movies in the little thing for the podcast, but I honestly don't know if it's movies or just videos.
I
think
watched.
it's
There's a
movies,
couple.
too.
Go ahead.
I was
You're
gonna
good.
say I think there's movies too because I think they like had like Saw on there.
Oh yeah,
or
yeah. I know
Jigsaw
there's
or something.
movies, but
Oh, they have like AAA titles and stuff.
Yeah.
well, is Saw
I didn't know.
AAA?
Blockbusters.
Is Saw
Is it whatever?
Blockbuster?
I've watched like weird short like 2-minute films, but they were free. And
I knew
Did you
it.
watch like Soccer Detective 6?
Is that the
No,
name of
but
your
they haven't-
porno?
That was like one of the videos in the article. It was something like that, like Soccer Mom Detectives 6 or something crazy.
Yeah,
Isn't
the
like
one that,
volleyball something?
oh yeah, the volleyball thing. That was like straight up softcore. Like, I can't show it.
We beach volleyball detectives. If you're
Oh,
interested.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't. Like, I think at this point you can't find them on Steam anymore. I think they're gone.
no, they're not. They're still up there for 99 cents.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You can still buy Beach Volleyball Detectives Part 1. I seriously, I cannot show it on the stream because it's softcore.
Oh, this is glorious.
I don't want to get banned.
Well, you better get it now while it still lasts.
Gradigy, you want to sit in? No, I'm just kidding. This really is. That's exactly what that is. Wow.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm done. I can't watch it. It's super cringy.
So yeah, Steam has they decided to get rid of, according to Valve, non gaming videos. And honestly, the only reason we brought this up was because I think it's hilarious. That they even
Yeah, I think I
sold
found the
movies.
article and I was like, wait, there's movies and on there? Like, I didn't even know. But that's like, the whole reason why they're not doing it, because apparently they're like, oh, well, we're not really selling anything. So,
Hmm.
it's just taking up space, basically.
The only reason I knew that they were selling stuff like that, I remember it like recommending, I don't know, like Death Note or some anime to me.
The
didn't know that
the
was-
one thing I knew was on Steam was the indie game movie and the documentary about the International. But those are both gaming related, so I just assumed that's
Yeah.
the reason why they're there.
Yeah, I don't think they've really pushed advertising any of the videos that much, because I'd never see videos or like you may also like this,
Yeah.
But-
I think they never really tried. Like,
I just
why
hope me
would you?
searching for that doesn't mess up my recommendations because we know what happened on Amazon. We don't talk about it anymore.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently, like, that's Valve making a decision.
Look at M. Bowser's last comment there.
No, right?
Yeah, Bowser, we definitely maybe not gonna talk about that.
Who sent him the fucking docket? That's like the third time.
Yeah. Calm yourself, boys and girls. Oh my God, Trevor, you're lagging. Oh, now you're not lagging
God.
anymore. We're good.
Everybody
We're good.
again for
But yeah, like the Steam is stopping selling movies and videos. It's kind of a non-story, just like haha, did you know this shit?
little fun fact.
Yeah.
If you
But-
are one of the rare people that are, buying videos and stuff, I guess this would be the time to stock up.
Yeah, and I want to ask everyone, now that you know that they're selling videos, would you consider buying
No.
any of the
The
videos?
quality's probably shit.
I'm totally gonna check out beach volleyball booby shakers too for
How
99 cents.
much? How much for Beach Volleyball Detectives Part 1?
99 cents.
99 cents.
They're both 99 cents. I just
Well, I
looked.
mean,
99 cents.
it's
Yeah.
really hard to find free adult videos online, so 99 cents is a pretty good deal.
I don't have any virus software, so I got to be really safe with Steam.
If they had legit, like, AAA titles, and it doesn't have to be AAA, but just movies that I was interested in, I would definitely be down to rent them or whatever. Because I mean, every now and then I'll rent a movie on Amazon. So as long as the quality was good, I would definitely. And like I said, if it's something I actually want to watch, I would.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, there's already so many platforms like selling videos or renting videos. Like, you can buy from YouTube or Amazon, like you said. And
Yeah,
there's some of the, like, I think HBO, you can actually rent movies there too, and they have also that, like, the list, like Netflix.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's other platforms that like I said, I use Amazon for Amazon Prime. And whenever there's a movie that I want to watch that's not free through the Prime, I might rent that or whatnot. But I don't know. I would use it if there was something on there I was interested in.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. I just don't think. I assume this is Valve kind of tightening their own ship, if not like having a whole bunch of random shit they sell.
Oh, now they have priorities with movies.
Yeah, with movies. Yeah. Movies. That's the important part to understand here. They have priorities with movies. Should we go to the real Valve story?
We could skip right to it. I mean, it's already been brought up, right?
Yeah. Let's go. I had a hard time like writing anything to show on the stream to make it like, So what has happened? Valve, in their high and mighty position of the owners of a storefront, sold a rape game, and then they blocked that rape game, and now they're not selling that game anymore. But it got approved and everything.
Which how?
I don't know. It's weird. It's fucking weird.
How?
So this is the dealio. The game was called Rape Day, and you play as a serial killer rapist in that game. Where, I mean, I don't have to go super deep what you do in the game. I mean, anybody can probably imagine. Now, obviously, there was a public outcry towards this, and only after the public outcry did Valve decide to unlist the game, and now you cannot buy that game anymore. Which I have to give props to Valve for being as inefficient as they are to only take action to delete a game called Rape Day after a public outcry. How much of a fuck up can you be to allow a game on your own storefront named Rape Day? What the fuck?
That is indeed weird.
I'm not gonna lie, like, I was super skeptical to even want to talk about this on the air, because it's, I mean, you can't just walk around throwing rape out. You know what I mean? You can't just say that, let alone release a fucking game called Rape Day.
Yeah.
Like, rape jokes aren't cool, but let's make a rape game.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Like, it's uncomfortable enough in the first place. I can't imagine somebody being okay with actually making this game.
So according to the developer himself, he said that this game is made for sociopaths. And, like, okay. Obviously the guy is fucked up. He also said that he agrees with Valve that his game should not be on Steam. Which begs the question why he listed the game in the first place. I don't know, maybe to troll.
Maybe this was the point.
Maybe he
Maybe it's
like
a big
tried.
conspiracy.
Yeah, maybe he just like tried to push WoW's limit, like see if it actually would get accepted.
Or it's a PR stunt. Like he knew that
Yeah.
the game would get listed, and he knew that the public outcry will be huge because now he's promoting his own website where you can get the game. Now, I'm not gonna fucking link the site or nothing, but
Yeah, but apparently it also had like a scene where they kill a baby or something, and that was like too much. Like,
oh, that's too
Every-
much.
yeah, everything like else is fine,
Uh huh.
but that thing too much. Like,
Oh, you know.
ah,
Okay.
this is so
Okay.
Like the-
frustrating.
The part that cracks me up is it even says apparently in the official description it said verbally harass, kill, and rape women as you choose to progress the story.
I mean,
Oh my
That's your
God.
opener. That's where you start.
that's the opener in your pitch meeting when you're like, I want to make a game.
You as a
Did they
human
say-
were okay with typing that with your own fingers.
Did anyone see like how many people worked on this game? Was it a single guy that worked on it, or was there like an actual team of people that got together like this is a good idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
don't know. It's they only talk about the creator of the game.
Yeah.
And in
I mean,
the
the
article,
impression I get is it's one person.
they actually closed the thread like comment section off totally because
Oh, this triggers people.
yeah,
Without a doubt.
they were
Oh,
expecting
I didn't
like
even notice that.
too big
A Serbian
of an
film.
outcry to
I've
moderate.
seen that.
If nobody has ever seen Serbian film, I don't recommend watching Serbian film. It is very, very fucked up.
I've never heard of it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So this might be controversial, but I honestly think the creator should be allowed to make this game if he wants to make it. Not to say that it's going to be a good game or it's a good thing, but like to me, I'm all about like free speech and things like that. So like, I agree with Valve and them. They should not sell it. But I feel like if he makes this game and he wants to sell it himself, and whatever audience is out there that wants to buy it, if he finds that audience and like I'm like, okay, well, good on you to do whatever you want to do. Because I'm in the same, like I count this as like I live in the South, and people here have like KKK rallies, and like I don't agree with the KKK by any means, and I don't think what they do is right and things like that. But I still like say, oh well, it's free speech. They should have the right to, voice their opinions. And I don't think people should be blocked from voicing their opinion. I kind of feel like this game is like just someone voicing their artistic, if you want to call it that, for lack of better terms. What does they say? They're artistic garbage. So I feel like they should be allowed to make the game, but people that buy the game are fucking probably sickos.
Yeah, like
you said,
originally I thought maybe this was like, like you said, it's their artistic expression. But then he said that he wanted to make a game for sociopaths. So you've got a goal here. It's not there's no raising awareness involved in it. Like nothing positive by any means from what I get out of it. You wanted to make a game for sociopaths, and you were openly saying that, which is twisted in its own sense.
Yeah, like for me though, like when I say like just to use an analogy, like to me, I don't think anything they say is for positive means at all. It's all negative. Everything they do and everything they say. So, but I feel like they should have the freedom to be able to do it.
Should
Not
they
that
have
it's right.
Should they have the
As
freedom
long as
to
it's
do
not-
it though if the result is something negative?
That's the thing. If the game was saying, okay, here's a game that's called Rape Day where you rape women, and in the game it's like, first I don't know, somehow like telling people now you should really go out and do this in real life, then I would say no, that's fucking wrong. Like, just no question about it. That's fucking wrong. shouldn't do that. Like, you need to get rid of it, because that's like inciting violence. Then if you incite violence, then that's where you draw the line. If you actually are, if you draw it into the physical world where people are actually getting hurt.
I get where you're coming from. I really do. It's just that it's a game where you rape women.
Oh yeah, like I said, I think it's sick. I'm not saying like I would go buy the game or I agree with it any way. I agree with the principle of being able to make something or say something, no matter what it is, as long as it's not inciting violence or things like that.
I think the problem is, like, as an American, to maintain the idea of freedom of speech, you can't destroy the idea of this game because of that one reason. But it's still just so, like, morally fucked up. And
Yeah.
I'm speechless.
I do agree with Trevor on some level that he should be able to make his game and sell his own game if there's an audience for it. But and this is why the topic is difficult for me, because at some point you have to be responsible for your own creation, right? So if a person plays this game and I'm never gonna say that the game makes somebody do violate women in real life, much like video game violence doesn't make a person violent. But it's
you're dancing on a very, very tight rope right now.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why it's
I know what you're trying to say, but you can't say it.
I just feel like this game is it's giving release to fantasies that should not exist. Does that make any sense?
That does make sense. But it has to, like, instead of like just being out there, it should at least make the game, if they're just gonna keep selling it to whomever is interested in that, it should at least like give it like that release you were talking about, and like make it appear in a negative light. You're doing something bad, and you should understand it from the game, so you would like feel less appeal to that.
I mean, maybe it does that. We don't
know, but like if the
guy says I made this for sociopaths.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Yeah, I know.
But again, like, I'll let North finish what he was saying.
Oh, that was it.
I was gonna say, like, you say like, well, this game should technically have a message saying that this is bad and stuff, but like, look at, like, I don't know, Grand Theft Auto. You're just going around murdering and killing people and doing whatever. And never once is it like, hey, this is a bad thing. You shouldn't do this. Yeah. You know, in fact, it's like it promotes it, saying like, hey, steal this car, take it in, and, you know, trade it in and get some money for it, and kill these people and rob them, and, you know. So I think there's, you know, it's putting technically a restraint on one game just because of a taboo subject other than another game.
And see, that's what makes it difficult. Like, when you, I think, like, now I'm not talking about the actual distribution here, but rather than when you censor one topic, then where do you stop censoring, and who chooses what to censor and what not to censor? Censor is always a difficult topic.
I think genuinely my question with this, and now we can kind of go back to like the entirety of the story, is Steam is currently listing a game called Rape Day. What?
I mean, it's fucked up. I mean, like,
what can and does this change for the future? Because we still have games out there, and I mean, it's sexual content. It's not violent sexual content like this game is. But what about games like House Party or genital jousting or shit like that? That's still things that kids shouldn't have access to. And obviously, you have to put your birth date in to view games like that on the Steam store.
Anybody
But
with half a brain understands that you put whatever there.
yeah, exactly. Like when I was a kid, I was born in like 1947 or some shit
me
on
too,
all
man.
my accounts.
I'm fucking
But,
old. I'm like 100 now.
But yeah, at what point are we going to see the quality of games change on Steam because of this? If we do.
See, what I would hope Valve would do, because it's still Valve's storefront. Their Steam is their creation, so Valve should moderate their own storefront. So if they allow a game called Rape Day on their store, that sends a really fucking bad message to everybody else. Like, does Valve want their store to be associated with games where you rape women?
Yeah.
Or games where you joust with your genitals? Like, I think genital jousting is a hilarious game, but I understand why it's not on Steam.
Yeah. Well, it is.
Or rather, like, why you can't stream it on Twitch.
That would be funny to get on Steam and then it's like recommended for you, Rape Day.
Yeah.
It's actually not there. Like completely. They didn't Metro Exodus it and like keep the promotion up. They deleted everything.
Yeah. I was just saying if for some reason if like this did not get the mass outrage that it did receive, and it did happen to slip through the lines for the while, that would just be something crazy just to get on Steam like, oh, I'm gonna find something to buy today, and it's like, oh, recommended for you, Rape Day.
But I'm still amazed how it got released, because apparently there's like a 30-day waiting period. So it was technically there for 30 days and no one reported it.
Despite popular belief, Valve has some actual guidelines about games being released on Steam. There's obviously all the obvious stuff. You can't make racist games, or I don't know, games that incite mass violence, or where you glorify terrorists or whatnot. I mean, they do have these types of guidelines. So the fact
I'm curious, did it pass them?
Well, apparently. That's why, because it had to be on the store because people were reporting it.
Yeah.
The general public. So, I mean, like, it's no secret that Valve sucks at their job at maintaining their storefront, especially after they let anybody publish a game on Steam. I mean, it costs around $100 to publish a game on Steam.
Wow.
I mean, so it's nothing. Valve takes 30% and you get everything else. And like, anybody can do it. Like, if you have a game you want on Steam, you just need $100 and you can release your game on Steam.
Yeah, that's why there's so much garbage on there.
Well, I mean, sure. Literally, why? $100 is nothing. Like,
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, I'm not trying to start an economic war here with anybody, but legitimately speaking, $100 is very little money to try to get a point across. Like, imagine this dude who made this game. Nobody knew about it. If he made a game called Warrior Guy, nobody would give a shit, and the game would sell like nothing. But he made a game called Rape Day, and now he's gotten this huge amount of publicity. And he said that he agrees with Valve, but he's still gonna sell the game on his website. So he's gonna make an infinite amount of more money than he ever would have done with Warrior Guy.
Basically, what we have here is the Marilyn Manson of video games.
What was that
he
game?
was the taboo artist, and now everything. He's just going to make all the money.
What was that game that came out a few years ago? And it was like, the whole point was like, they're like, oh, you're just a guy that just kind of lost it, and you just go out and your job is, your point in the game is just the mass
not
people.
Postal. It's called. I know what Trevor is referencing. He's that was one of the first like really high profile cases of games that got banned on Steam.
I was just wondering.
It was like not a battle royale, but like a team deathmatch kind of thing.
No.
No.
You're just no. It's
Hatred.
like a top. Hatred. It's like a top-down view, kind of like Diablo style, and you're just a guy that just goes through a town, I guess.
You kill everybody.
And your point is you're just a mass murderer. You're just or like a it's kind of like you're like a school shooter, but not in the school. You're in a town.
It's on Steam, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Is it still on Steam?
I think so.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Wasby was Postal.
Yeah, Hatred. That's the game. Yeah, it's on Steam. $6.
Opening Steam here like an idiot.
I'm actually kind of curious myself. Yeah, I've never even heard of this.
So this was one of the I know Postal is older, but Hatred was one of the really big controversies back in the day.
Yeah, this is what it says. It says about this game, you will go out for a hunt and you will clear the New York outskirts of all humans with cold blood. You will shoot, you will hurt, you will kill, and you will die. There are no rules. There's no compassion, no mercy, no point in going back. You are the Lord of life and death now, and you have full control over the lives of worthless human scum.
Yeah, man.
You know where they messed up? They didn't state that they made this game for sociopaths.
Yeah.
See, that's why it's still on the Steam store.
Because I remember this game was a huge topic of like freedom of speech and freedom of artistic expression.
I don't remember that.
It actually looks pretty awesome now that I'm looking at it.
Apparently, like it's really,
You twisted fuck.
apparently it's actually really boring. Like you mow down people. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Edgelord Simulator.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When your brother eats the last Hot Pocket. Jesus Christ.
But yeah, I mean, back then people were really behind the game and really pissed at Valve for delisting it.
Yeah.
And now we see kind of the opposite. I mean, there are people who absolutely want Rape Day to be on Steam because free speech to them means that you can say and do anything without consequence.
Yeah. So for me, for like the whole free speech argument, like I think the guy should be able to sell the game on his own for, like Valve and whoever the hell else. They have the right to be like, no, we're not going to sell your fucking game. Like it's about rape. Fuck you. Like that they can. Well, they didn't do that until there was an outrage, but they can do that. If that is their prerogative. But I just want to say, like, the fact that Hatred is on Steam, but they won't allow Rape Day, like, that's just crazy to me because they're both like very heinous things. But it's just weird that they'll be like, oh well, mass murdering a bunch of random people in cold blood for no reason is perfectly fine. But
like how you described the game Hatred, it sounds very controversial with the TOS or like the terms of when you try to release a game.
Look, I don't know what the guidelines are.
Like the guidelines, are they
that's what I'm saying. It's crazy that game's on there, but this game will not be on there. Like it seems like both of them should not be on there.
And I mean, to be fair, Hatred did got delisted for a while, then it came back. So I'm fully expecting Rape Day to reemerge on Steam when the outrage has died out. Maybe the guy will test out Steam again just to make another point.
Good.
He should actually like list it, but like pull it off right after it goes through again, just to prove a point that Valve does not have.
Oh, fuck that. I would sell the shit out of it. To the sociopaths, man. Gonna rise up for the sociopaths.
Dog's barking. But really?
No, I can't hear that barking. Can you?
Yeah, because his mic is muted.
Oh.
Oh, anybody in chat who doesn't understand, I'm joking. Please understand that I'm joking. I just want to make that real clear. Just so that my sarcasm doesn't go over everybody's head.
I don't think anybody here actually understands that we're all sarcastic. We should probably have a disclaimer at the very beginning. Like,
Don't take us seriously. Or at least like half seriously.
can we not talk about Rape Day anymore?
Yeah, we can move on.
Like, it's such a taboo, dirty word that like I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of
Killing me,
doo doo.
you know.
It's kind of doo doo. Okay. Oh, let's talk about battle royale games and how Apex has evolved the battle royale scene. Tetris has already been mentioned, and I'm gonna be right there. I mean,
Tetris 99 is actually really cool. My brother showed it to me today.
Yeah, and I haven't played it myself because I don't have the hardware for it, but it looks cool. So let's all thank Apex for saving the battle royale genre, because PUBG tried to destroy it and still does try to do it, and Fortnite is, I don't know, people are just starting to get sick of Fortnite, I guess.
Yeah, Apex hit 50 million players worldwide. 4th of March, I think. So it's a big, growing game, and they're doing a lot of balancing stuff. I think I saw an article right here. They've done like nerfing the weapons and like just balancing out the game.
Yeah, they nerfed the wingman, the pistol, and then the shotgun that you hate so much.
Yeah.
Maybe
They
you
nerfed
won't
the
be so-
Peacekeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might not be so salty next time we
Dude,
play.
I'm definitely not coming back then.
It's only like the fire rate. They decreased the fire rate and the spawning rate of the weapons. And like a lot of games are like learning from Apex. Like Fortnite added a ping system. I think, does PUBG have a ping system? I think
No,
PUBG might
PUBG
have.
doesn't have anything.
It had that ping system, but you
No,
had
they're
the
dead.
ping on the map. You had the ping on the map.
Oh yeah, but they're dead.
And
They completely they ate their own ass, and now they're dead.
Good, I don't have to pay people to eat mine anymore. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I think just the ping system in itself is like a salvation to the BR gaming industry.
and I like the way that they sort of like narrate the game and what is like going on. So you don't like, if you play with friends, you don't have to say a goddamn thing on the voice if you don't have to. You can just ping all the stuff. Let's go here. I wiped the whole squad. And
Mozambique
stuff
here.
like that. Yeah, Mozambique here. And I think it's a good thing, but it makes it only easier if you're like playing with random people, because they know that maybe someone wants to play with Mozambique, so they ping it. Or if they saw someone, they can like clearly say there's someone right there, and we shoot at it. But I don't know. I don't know how it will affect like when people are in the voice chat. And I want to see if Fortnite actually, I think, does Fortnite have, it has voice chat. It has to have voice chat.
Yeah, it does, because I've seen some streamers do like random play with randoms.
Yeah. And I had the rare opportunity to watch someone play Fortnite, the newest season. And right now they have they trying to mess with the respawning system right now. And they have a game mode where it's 2 teams, 20-man teams, and the first team to get 100 kills wins. And they still have that circle, and it just closing in. And so when you die, you keep all your items and you respawn. And that is something different that the Apex don't have.
I
When
think
you die,
Apex would
you
really
lose
shine
everything.
with that.
Yeah, but it's. I feel like it's cheating. Like you die, you're supposed to lose everything, but then you would spawn with all the items. It feels kind of weird.
I think they could tweak that a little bit. They might like give you a basic weapon when you spawn. Spawning with nothing means that it's really easy to spawn camp.
Yeah,
And like even with Apex, when you see that spawn plane coming in, motherfucker, I'm running for that spawn point.
yeah, but it's supposed to be risky. Like you can't when like half of the map is already closed in on because of the circle. It's very risky to respawn anyone at that point.
Well, yeah. At least I can appreciate Epic like doing something with Fortnite, where PUBG kind of fell from the wagon, I guess, is their inability to have any other game modes besides their one game mode. Where Fortnite introduced a lot of small mechanics into the game, and the seasons where the map changes and they have the shopping carts and shit, and obviously the building, and but still it's like they have new ideas into every season which change the game in minor ways still, but it's still something. Like if I play PUBG today, it's the same PUBG I played years ago, like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping Apex will do the same thing.
Yeah, it definitely feels like I feel like that the season thing is really good. Like last season they had airplanes you could fly around, and this season they don't have it anymore. But they have like pirate ships and like volcanoes and stuff like that. And I noticed that they have this like a treasure map. You find it, I don't know where. I don't play Fortnite that much that I would know. But you find a treasure map, like any other item, I guess, and you follow the map, and then you dig up a chest, and in the chest you get like one of the or a few of the best weapons, and that is pretty cool. But it's not like only battle royale anymore. It's about getting that good weapon and then doing the battle royale stuff.
So this isn't a separate game mode. This is within like the regular battle royale that you find that. That's actually kind of cool. That's really cool.
Realizing now that the topic that I'm displaying on the stream is a little misleading because we're talking more about Fortnite than Apex.
Yeah, but it's. I feel like Apex is triggering, especially Fortnite, to evolve, and I think that is a good thing because, like, I think Apex should evolve Anthem a little bit too. Because imagine Anthem with like pinging system. Does it have ping system? No. You could point out there's an epic monster right there.
You can't even make a waypoint on the goddamn map.
Like you could point out there's an epic monster. We should focus on this target now. Like you wouldn't even have to communicate with any other means. You don't have to write it. Let's focus on that thing. You can just ping it, and it would tell you let's focus fire here, or something like that. But I don't know how would you implement it in a controller. I don't know what the buttons are you're using when you're playing Anthem, but it might be kind of tricky. But it's plausible.
Any ping system is, I think, like at this point, ping systems are starting to get to the point where every player wants them in every game because of quality of life.
Yeah.
And I
don't think I've ever played a shooter that there was like one aspect of it that felt really, really, really good, and it was unique. And that's what I found in Apex was the ping system. Like it felt amazing as soon as I figured it out, which didn't take long at all. Like just pressing that middle mouse button, like I don't know.
Yeah, and also I noticed when I played Overwatch with Trevor the other day that I want that ping system. I want it so bad. Like if there's someone like flanking, I could ping it, or let's go this way so we can actually focus going that way. I don't have to try to argue with people on the voice chat that what our tactic should be, because
He didn't argue
my
with me.
voice might trigger someone, or I say the wrong thing and someone be like, no, I'm gonna go the other way because I wanna.
I just don't want to talk to random people on voice chat because 99% of the time their mics are bullshit.
I mean, the people in Apex sound like shit, but at least they use mics, and I find that more often in Apex than I have in a lot of other shooters.
Yeah,
which is
and
kinda cool.
that's the funny thing, because you don't need mics. You really don't need it. You can just ping
No.
whatever you want.
Or
You
there's
don't see a lot of
yeah.
squeakers. You don't see a lot of squeakers in Apex, though.
Yeah,
I
I mean
met
that's
you.
right. Somebody else said that Apex is Fortnite, but for adults essentially. And I mean,
It's right, but it's wrong. You know?
well, yeah, it's right, but it necessarily doesn't represent the reality. But I do feel like the kids haven't really caught on Apex yet.
And I hope they do.
Yeah, I hope they don't, man.
Like, I haven't really been interested to play it for a while, but I really hope that it doesn't get that young generation like
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Like Washby said, that I like the thing that you can't build there. And I actually interviewed a 12-year-old, and I asked his opinion about like Apex, and he said he doesn't want to play it because he doesn't like it because you can't build. And it's
Well,
a
yes.
major aspect in Fortnite, because every time you get shot, no matter where you are, you can get cover, regardless where you are. But in Apex, you have to go behind a building, or
You actually have to
terrain.
be aware where you are on the map. You can't
and
just
that's
go
not a
an
problem
instant
at Fortnite.
barrier.
Well, if they're
And-
keeping the kids away, all I have to say is thank you,
Yeah, man.
Apex.
Yeah,
Thank you, Apex.
Thank you, Apex.
but I feel like that Apex is like for everyone, but Fortnite is mostly more appealing to the kids. But Apex doesn't necessarily have that some aspect that would not appeal to kids, but it's more appealing to pretty much everyone, which that's why the game is doing so well right now. And it's free.
Well, they're about to start the first season, right?
There was some
Or
something
buzz
works.
today that I was watching TS and Viz play Apex, and a lot of rumors were going on that they would have a stream today where they announced the battle pass or the season pass, which apparently did not happen, but they did some sort of stream where they played the game, I guess.
Apex?
Yeah.
Oh,
Do we know, like, at all if they're gonna? I know they're gonna implement 1 to 2 new characters with the season.
Yeah, they were talking
or
about a
at
new
least that's the-
character called
I
they had some like really generic name. I forget what
Octane.
it was. Octane,
or-
yeah.
Octane.
that's it. Yeah.
Well, not really generic, but you know.
Yeah, I heard that was that one, and then there was a rumor that there was going to be a second one as well that hasn't been technically released at all or leaked. But do we know if there's like any, like you said, like Fortnite has like the airplanes for one season, and then the next season is going to be pirate. Is there anything that they're going to do special at all? Do we know?
I haven't heard, honestly. Like, I've heard nothing about the actual rumored season pass, but I hope that they because like right now Apex is in a very good position. They can do whatever they want, and what they should do is really listen to the community. What the community wants should be the thing they do. Because you can only strike gold once. If they fuck it up now, then some other game will swoop in and take the player base.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's not hard to succeed at this point. They have a great product on their hand. They have a lot of players playing. Like, their biggest issue right now is definitely cheaters, and they're working real fucking hard with the cheater problem. So when the season rolls out, like, for the love of God, release new characters, release new weapons, and release a new map. Like,
Or a game mode.
or a game mode.
Wasby keeps bringing it up, and it sounds so awesome. If they make any kind of like Overwatch team deathmatch thing, I think that game would be so much more amazing.
I feel though
Apex.
that in Overwatch the character abilities are a bigger gameplay aspect than what they are in Apex.
I mean, they are,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I think it would.
I just don't feel that happening. Like, how would you have, like, would Bangalore, for instance, have a certain weapon that others can't get? And how would you, like, refill ammunition? And
Yeah, I guess you got a point. I mean, there's some aspects that would need hashed out, but
yeah,
But that's the point. Like right now, because the game is so new and they can go anywhere with it. They have a great foundation on their hands, which is let me remind you, a working fucking foundation. Unlike Anthem.
I thought we promised not to bring it up anymore.
Oh shit, I did that.
I'm
Fuck.
embarrassed to play it. Like at this I've not been able to talk about this game for so long that I have so much like pent up just if someone brings it up, I'm gonna explode kind of shit to say. But I don't wanna even think about it anymore.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Well,
Yeah,
you
like-
finally got it out, so
I feel
it's a
better.
good thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I feel better.
Now we
Thank
can all go for cookies and ice cream after the podcast.
I'm gonna say like what I was telling you guys yesterday, I think. How like I completely understand, and like I have two very contradictory opinions on like how Apex is evolving other VR games. Like on one hand, I'm like, you know, other games taking you know, ideas from other games and like evolving and becoming just a better game overall is a really good thing, and definitely, you know, it's probably, you know, better for everyone that, you know, like, Fortnite's, like you said, is going to get the ping system, and then they're going to do the revive system. Well, people that play Fortnite are probably going to love that. But then I feel also like on a totally contradictory side, I'm like, well, if they start doing that, then it's going to be more like Apex. So then what if Apex sees something Fortnite does, and then they take that, like they go, oh, well, people love building. Let's put building in our game. And then like they start doing building or whatnot. And then it just seems like all these games are going to just become the same game with, you know, different, you know, skins, I guess you just say. And I just feel like, you know, games should be their own games and not just sit there and take the best ideas from other games, and then because you're just going to get basically one game from 5 different games.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from, but it works. It makes, often than not, it makes the game better. And I can definitely see the reason why they would
Bye,
add the ping
Solly.
system.
Yeah, like I said, like I'm not like totally in the camp of one or the other, but I just like I have like in my head I have two contradictory views on like, oh, well, this is a really good thing, and then I'm like, well, maybe I don't know if it is or not, because, you know, so I don't know how I personally feel about the situation in general.
See, I think in the end, like even if companies are just copying each other, it's still going to be one game that's going to be better than the other one. So I feel like what every company will do is try to make their own product the best product.
Yeah.
And if they copy ideas from other ones, if they're stupid enough to just blatantly copy instead of taking an idea and innovating on it, then it's their fault. Fuck them.
Yeah.
And I feel like people are still gonna, or like the companies are still gonna have their own vision and ideas, but they will still add like ideas from other games to implement to their game to support their vision, I would say.
in the end, I hope Apex will continue to be a great game. Like Respawn has really, I genuinely thought Respawn was dead. Ever since EA acquired them or did the acquisition of Respawn, I legitimately thought that after Titanfall 2 they will be shut down. And here they still are. Now, according to like popular rumors at this point, Apex was supposed to be Titanfall 3. But early on in the development they decided to not make Titanfall 3 because it's running on the Source engine. And the Source engine is very, very outdated. And they decided to kind of push Apex pretty quick out so that they could stop using the Source engine.
Yeah, and the Titanfall is not a very popular IP. I think they released the Titanfall 2 at a very difficult time, but I don't remember. There was some other game that released right next to it.
Oh, you mean like Call of Duty and Battlefield?
Yeah, something like that.
See, that was EA just shitting on Respawn.
Yeah.
I mean, they legitimately thought that they could win COD and Battlefield. Anything about Source 2? Honestly, this is the first time I hear about Source 2. I think Valve is so far up their own asses that they don't do anything anymore.
Huh.
I mean, holy shit, they released a new game and nobody's playing it. It's called Artifact. It has around
I was waiting for it.
has around 700 players left in the entire world.
Dude, honestly, I am so disappointed that Artifact is dead.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
I'm gonna launch the game for the first time like this week. I'm just gonna be that one guy who's like, "What's this game?"
Yeah, I can't believe I bought it for you. Never fucking played it.
I never asked for it. God damn it!
I mean, in retrospect, I probably shouldn't have drunkenly bought you it.
Well, yeah,
But
yeah,
it was fun. It was. They just
Yeah, I
needed
mean,
to fix it,
now you can
like
buy
most other games.
Now you can buy like everything in Artifact for about $60. So you don't
Yeah.
even have to like grind for anything. You
Like
can
the
just-
concept is good, and I really like the graphic work and like the 3-lane system, but it's not balanced. There's not enough cards, and there's no synergy between the cards.
So it's just
not
shit.
there. Yeah.
It's hard to have synergy when you have 3 separate lanes and nothing affects other lanes. Like it's
Well, there's some, but
but it's not common enough to really build around.
yeah.
And as far as I know, they haven't released any new cards. And if they do, maybe it'll fix it. But I think at this point it's so dead that nobody's coming back.
Yeah.
I think they let it go way too long. My
think
mic
it-
really cutting out?
A little bit.
A little
but
bit,
I know
yeah.
I
Oh, my bad.
suspect it's your noise gate.
I moved it away because I didn't want the heater to blow into it.
But I think the game has a little. We're like going off subject again, but it has too many rules and restrictions. Like if you don't have this color card here, you can't play any cards that have this color. So you can't do anything there. So what are you gonna do if you can't have that card? You're fucked.
I mean, it's safe to say that Artifact is literally dead. Like
Yeah.
how motivated can Valve be to even quote unquote fix the game when you only have around 700 active players?
Yeah.
Josh, shut up.
I did mute for that, right? Because I just screamed into the mic.
You did.
Okay.
The $1 million tourney, bro. It's still happening? What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's mind
$1
blowing.
million? What fucking plebs? Fortnite is doing $100 million tourney.
Are we gonna
Isn't
jump
that
into that?
We're still on.
Probably have like a
still on
6-hour
topic of big
podcast.
battle royales. So I mean, just wanted to
Technically,
one
yeah.
up Manelli there. Fuck your puny million.
I'm not joining any kind of tournament, especially an Artifact. 1 in 700 chance. I guess you're right. I
mean,
really
the
do
chances-
have.
Yeah.
How often can you say you're top 700 in a game, right?
I mean, exactly. Like, fucking do it.
I'm really not that terrible. I'm top 700,
Yeah.
even if I don't play.
And apparently, they still have like these weekly tournaments in Fortnite, and you can win like basically 1 million on a weekly tournament.
Yeah, I
And
mean that's
you
the
can
that's the 100 million league. Every week they give out $1 million to the winner.
Yeah, and
This big tournament they're doing, isn't lowest prize still over 10K?
Wait, the
I think it was somewhere in that story.
no, but with the weekly tournaments, the prize is like 1 million for the winner, and you only have to be like over 13 to participate.
well,
and
of
that's
course, because if they put it up like above 18, nobody would play it. It's less than the Artifacts player base. Come on, bro.
Well, I think money would motivate people to play.
It didn't motivate Hearts of Stone or what the fuck? No, wait, Heroes of the Storm.
Hearthstone? Oh,
Heroes of the
Hot.
Hots. Yeah.
hot.
Yeah, but
Hots.
can you
There's a
win
lot of hots in it.
$1 million every week on Hots?
Hots had like crazy prizes, like in the millions.
Yeah,
Really?
every week.
Yeah. No,
1
not every
million
week, but they still had tournaments. And then nobody was playing it, so they decided to scrap it, basically. What are you drinking, Trevor? Being
Is that
drunk on-
Leinenkugels? Yeah, it is.
The little dog wants a piece of that.
It's a grapefruit shandy.
Yeah, Hots had 500K. Is this only for Hot? Yeah. 1 million to like 200K prices.
See? Money didn't motivate
Crazy.
everybody.
That's
weird.
fucking crazy.
But someone did buy it or like win. that
Well,
money.
obviously. There's like one guy there with his team.
Yeah, the same guy.
Yeah. Easy wins, boy.
Cat. What's that cat doing? Are they fighting?
What? It's a fucking dog!
I can't see it.
No, it's just a really big cat, dude. It's a
really
jungle
big
cat.
Oh. Because I can only see the tail here.
There's Black Panthers in Atlanta, Georgia. Just so you know.
Yeah, man.
They're so abundant, we just keep them as pets now.
Oh, man. Alright, now we're done with Battle Royales.
Yeah.
TLDR is Apex is good. Fortnite is doing great for the kids, and I don't know, PUBG's dead in the water. They're floating around, I guess, but because they're bloated.
It's such a shame because we enjoyed that game so much for so long.
It was such a hate-love relationship I had with
I
PUBG,
know,
man.
I know.
But I did stream it a bunch, and I mean,
A lot of regret.
yeah, I mean,
That's the only feeling I'm having right now.
It's-
is
it's
regret
the-
thinking about that game.
it's that, like, I don't know. I mean, I've rarely gotten so angry with games that
Like when I think about PUBG and like the memories we had with Sully and Tom, it makes me feel like warm and fuzzy inside. But
Jesus
if I
Christ.
have to think about like playing it right now, I don't want to do it.
yeah, because I mean, there's better stuff out there. We can play Apex instead.
I think that's the first game like we played as a group, isn't it?
At least
Yeah,
one
I
of the
think
first.
so.
Yeah, it might
Yeah.
be the first actually.
Sully's drunk singings.
Did I really get drunk and sing a lot in that game?
Yeah.
I remember
We-
shooting
we
Dak
all
in the back
did.
of the head. That's
Yeah.
I missed the whole PUBG era.
There.
I
Yeah,
came
look
at
out
that
PC
dog.
PC a little too
He's
late.
so cute. He's just sitting there.
This podcast has become a dog stream right now.
Yeah.
I'm alright with that.
All right. Yeah, hi, little doggy.
Well, what's the next
This will be a
subject?
fucking shit show on YouTube, by the way. Hi, YouTube.
At the end of the podcast, we all just lost focus and just looked at Trevor's
Yeah.
dog
Yeah.
for 1 hour.
Alright, that's the kind of the story. So let's move on to actual games we've been playing. It's not a whole lot, to be completely honest. But I'll let Sully start.
Honestly, I've finished more games this month than I have in the past. What, 3? How long have I been streaming?
About
3 years, maybe. I don't know. More games this past month than I have the entire time. Mostly, I finished Metro. Metro was really awesome. What do you say about Metro? Everybody knows Metro, right?
I've never played a Metro.
I've never played one up until this point, but it's a post-apocalyptic first-person shooter, very story driven. I was very invested into it. Like, I really, really enjoyed the story, and I don't want to talk about it so other people play it. Unlike Anthem.
I have one question.
Go ahead.
Does Exodus have? How do I put this in?
You're breaking up for me real bad.
Is our server dying?
Yeah, I think so. At least for me.
Just fine.
You want to jump to East Coast?
No, that's way far from us.
Yeah, but it's closer to them.
Oh yeah, if we're on West now, then go to East.
It might be.
No, we're Central Europe.
Oh.
Yeah, it honestly might be on my end.
Oh, well, let's stay here.
But yeah, like.
But does. Go ahead.
So does Exodus have?
Have what?
Like I can't phrase the question without giving out like major spoilers for the first and second game.
Better not give me any spoilers. I plan on playing them.
And it's more like, I don't know, it'll spoil the third game for me when I eventually maybe play it. But fuck it. I mean, okay, chat can like cover their ears if they don't want to hear anything. Does the game have aliens in it?
I don't want to hear this. I'm gonna be spoiled.
They're mutants, bro. It's post-apocalyptic shit. Fucking nuclear fallout kind of
game. So your answer is no.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it is. You should have asked me that off stream. We could have talked about it. I'd have been okay with it. Anyway. Metro's great. Play it now.
And now, after podcast.
I think that's the first thing I've endorsed this entire stream.
After you watch this video or podcast, then you can play it.
Yeah, go play Metro.
Yeah, I mean, or fuck off right now and play it. I don't know. I don't care.
I think as a group, I see you have me listed to talk about another game right now. We could probably talk about that as a group.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, I hate to say a lot about Metro because I really don't want to give anything away about Metro. I don't think there's really anything in it that I didn't enjoy or needs fixed. They released a very polished and very full game.
Unlike
everything else ever. But yeah, Metro definitely. Yes, that's probably the train one. I don't know. There's a train in it. But yeah, play Metro for sure.
Metro Exodus is the train one.
And I'll pass on to whoever. If you want to talk about it, we can talk about it off stream. I don't want to spoil.
You wanna mention briefly Division 2?
Division 2 was actually really cool. What I played for 3 days for the beta. I haven't. It is out. The whole game is out, but I did play for the 3 days for the beta. Finished the story really, really quick. But like I said, it was all beta access stuff. The story that was the story that was available.
Oh,
I finished all the story quests. I didn't pay attention because I just wanted to grind it out. And we all, I think it was me, Waspy, MSB, and I forget who the fourth was. But we all kind of grinded out all the quests just to go to the DZ and do Dark Zone stuff.
Oh, okay.
But within those 3 days, we finished all that stuff and went there. The game feels really good. The gunplay feels great, especially compared to the first one. But I played the first one on console, but it still feels great compared to a lot of games that I've played third person. I don't know. I can see myself getting it as long as other people stick with the game and I'm guaranteed to have people to play with, because that's not something I want to play solo.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, Division 2, I would definitely, if you have the friend base for it, I would play it.
Okay.
For sure.
I feel like that Division right now is in a state where it's not worth buying. Like, I feel like it's just released. It's gonna have those problems, similar what Anthem had, probably.
Probably not
balancing-
as bad though, right?
Well, probably not as bad, but they're still gonna have that. So I would
I mean, yeah.
I would probably wait a month if you don't have that friend base,
Or a year,
Before.
you know,
or a year.
like with Division 1.
Wait for it's on sale.
Yeah. Wait until the down the line update that will change the game for the better, usually around the 1 year mark.
I mean, I feel like every game like this does that. I mean, Destiny,
Oh, yeah.
Division, all of them.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like nothing is surprising anymore. Like the game comes out, oh, it has a bunch of bugs and shit. And okay, well, it probably will be fixed down the line.
I haven't noticed any major bugs, to be honest.
I saw Dr. Disrespect play. There was a point in the mission where he was supposed to get through a door, and he had an NPC with him. And because he approached the door from the wrong side, like from a balcony, jumped down, the NPC didn't open the door. So
Oh.
he fixed it by running around the little arena, and he found an ammo box. And because the doc has been in game development, he explained it like he's doing another action in the game, which resets the other action that he was supposed to do.
So he never hit a story trigger, and that's what fucked up. Yeah, shame on them for that.
Yeah, so he looted the ammo box, and then he went back to the door, and now the NPC player just opens the door.
Huh.
But yeah, now we can talk about or like if Division 2 like turns out to be not complete horseshit, I might get it. Because I mean, I'm at that point where I kind of want something simple to play, for the lack of better words.
Early game, I would say it's definitely going to be mindless enough to just kind of do that, if that's what you're looking for. That's one game. I'm not a big history buff. I don't really care about like government shit. So I will definitely go through that game mindlessly, unless there's something that really grips me to play and care about the story. That's one of those games. It's more about the gameplay and the social aspect of it, playing as a group. Because, like I said, I don't care to play it by myself.
Yeah. See what happens though. And I might get it, might not get it. Okay. We've also been playing Astroneer. Everybody of us, and I'm the one who rage quitted it.
He's the one that suggested that we play it.
Yeah, that too. I don't even know why. I kind of hate myself right now. But yeah,
I'm loving it.
Yeah, me
these
too.
fuckers have played,
I like it.
especially North and Sully have been playing Astroneer. Like, it has consumed their entire life.
What's
Not
it been?
gonna lie.
4 days? 3 days?
I
think-
know, something like that.
Yeah, I have 45 hours in it. And I think North is what, like 30?
No, but you had more hours.
When I started,
we
I think I had
started.
11.
Yeah. I've spent 35 hours.
Yeah, I got 20 hours in.
I'm not
How
proud.
about you guys?
The problem with Astroneer right now, the game is it's really colorful and beautiful. Like, it's really appealing to the eye. Solo play is fine. The problem that I have is, at least me as host, because I've been hosting the main world that we're working in, the game has just these periods of where it will just lag. It's like slideshow-esque. It gets really, really bad. So we stopped using tethers. Go ahead.
I have never played a game that is this
I
laggy.
see that. And they may have fixed it because they were supposed to put a patch out that as of right now is late, but North just sent a picture that the patch did come out.
Yeah, it
So,
just came out.
What, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, patch 1.0.13.
Does it fix all the issues?
Let's see what we have here.
I really hope so.
It probably won't.
Performance issues make debris
Basic.
object despawn when they leave the Revelance.
I mean, maybe the game's not shit anymore. Maybe I won't rage quit it.
Cached
I never
audio
had any-
parameters to avoid time spent updating them. I don't know.
I never had any frame rate issues with the game, but the only thing that I would find out when I play with you guys is like the response of the actions would not be on there. So like, say if I wanted to get in a vehicle, I would hit the button and then like 5 seconds later, my guy would go, "Oh, there, I need to get in the vehicle."
Or when we had a lot of tethers, like when you dropped one, it would do the same thing. I didn't know
Yeah,
if you
so
got
if I
that
did-
too.
Because
Yeah,
the game is
yeah.
so fucking laggy.
Yeah, but
Everything
but
is
like,
laggy.
but if I was like running around and stuff, like it looked fine. Like there was no skip frames or anything like that. I was just running fine. It was just the actual actions took a second or two to like be like, oh shit, I need to actually do what he's telling me to do.
Yeah, so
No.
the game engine doesn't just have enough horsepower to like execute that action.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, he's
Um,
pressing F. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's not our systems; it's within the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's something that after you play the game or like that particular map a lot, it's like starts to appear. And if you're the host, it actually like drops your frame to 0 when you're trying to get inside a vehicle or you're dropping a tether. But if you're just playing in a server, it will seem that it just doesn't put you in the vehicle or drop the tether. So it's a
So
little.
they don't have dedicated servers. So what happens is when you play the game, you have one player is the host and the other are connected to that host. And for some reason, being the host, you experience the worst amount of lag. It's unbelievable.
I can bear with it because I really don't. I came from console, so I could deal with like 30 frames.
But see, I'm
Tom's
not
over
talking-
here like rage quitting. I think we rage quit that first world because it was so bad for you, and I didn't realize it was that bad until I hosted.
Well,
And
yeah.
it does get really, really unbearable at some points. But I just stand there and let everybody else do the work.
And it actually gets pretty bad after a certain point. Like,
Yeah.
I fell through the world because the ground didn't render in. It just wasn't there. Like, so I saw Sully drive that large medium rover up the hill, and I was like following him, and I was like, I don't see the ground. Like, I can't walk there. And Sully just said, "Go ahead. It's a solid ground." I walk up and I just fall through the ground.
It was for science, you know.
I will say that some of the issues with the game cause the best moments with the game.
Oh, absolutely.
Because like the thing, like North was the first time that we were playing, and North is like, "I'm gonna get in this rocket ship and take off," and like you just see him in the rocket ship, and instead of taking off, he just like skids across the planet and just ends up inside the planet, like on the other side of it. And then we're like, "Well, what the hell do we got to do? Well, let's just make a big, I don't know, dick statue." So,
I was trying to cover a hole up. I didn't mean to build a dick statue. It just kind of happened that way.
but yeah, I think some of the, to me, things like that, like if a game runs 100% perfectly, that's good and all. But like if there are some glitches, as long as the glitches aren't game breaking and they cause like these funny moments where we all laugh for 20 minutes straight, like I'm fine with that.
Yeah, for me, it just gets really, really, really annoying at some point when the game is not working as intended, and when there's like huge technical issues. And I'm really sorry I can't deal with the lag because it's quite fucking unbearable.
It's reasonable, dude. I mean, I get it. It's a shame though, because like if we were to all stream the game in its current state, which I can't say right now because I haven't tried the new patch out, but its current state, I wouldn't be able to stream that.
Yeah.
Because of how laggy it gets as host.
I mean, they do have on, like, I don't know, like, I just started playing the game, so they may have had this since it began, but they do have that they're coming out with servers soon, dedicated servers soon. So,
I mean, that would probably
Now.
help immensely.
yeah.
Watch them charge
Yeah.
for the dedicated servers.
Yeah. But, that could be something they've had on there since day one, and it's still on there, but they could have just put that out there like last month, and they're actually working towards that, which would, basically solve everything. Or
Yeah.
not everything, but the majority of the problems.
I mean, at least like the devs of Astroneer, they're still working hard on the game, even though the game is in 1.0 state or like past it. They're still like obviously working on it, which I'm really happy about. Yeah, to me, there's just way more superior games out there who satisfy that same kind of itch that Astroneer has, like Terraria or Factorio. And now we're looking, at least I'm gonna look into Satisfactory, see what that's about.
I am very interested.
Yep. I'm just worried I'm not going to be able to manually dig my holes.
Yeah, but
I fell
But
in a
the-
Trevor hole.
Astroneer, in a nutshell, fun game. Eventually, you can easily sink like 35 hours solo, and it has some problems, especially if you play with friends. I would recommend not using tethers at all, and make the game run a little bit better. They're actually working on a solution for the tethers because they cause some lag issues. But
Oh,
after
you
that
mean-
35 hours, there's a little bit content left, but it's not very appealing content. I'm not going to talk about it, but it's not something that you would want to do, but you can do if you want to. And it's like super time consuming. But I feel like it needs a little bit more content.
Mostly because we just like no life the game over the past 2 days.
Yeah.
For 2 days in a row, I went to bed at like 9 o'clock in the morning, and it was just me and North just mindlessly doing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can easily get like 30, 40 hours if you play alone, or even more because we've done the things together as a four-man squad.
Yeah, Astroneer, like on the surface, Astroneer is a nice game. Like if all the technical issues would be solved, the game would be. I would recommend it to anybody who like wants to play that kind of this sort of like incremental like base building game where you do research and mine for shit and stuff like that. It's very good at that like thing. But the technical issues of the game are just so fucking ridiculous right now.
Yeah, I would say I was surprised at like how much content was in the game. Because if you just look at it, it seems like it'd be very basic. But then once you get into it, you're like, oh, I got to build. There's so many machines to build to get certain things, and then you got to like combine materials and all this shit. And like, there's just a lot of different aspects that I didn't expect were going to be in the game at the moment. But yeah, pretty good game.
Definitely, if Satisfactory turns out to be a cool game, then we can play that.
Yeah,
I really like.
I'm getting that old Minecraft vibe from like these type of games right now, and I feel like I'm kind of want to get back to these things, especially now that like even though Apex is a real good game and like I like shooters, but it's getting old.
I'm essentially at
And
that point, like I can't do shooters right now.
Yeah, I just want to do
Again.
like adventure games and build stuff, I guess.
You see, I just play everything.
Give me a story, not a gun.
Sekiro comes out soon, and totally gonna play that for like 5 hours, then rage quit because of the difficulty probably. And then,
And
I'll
refunds.
get mad at Manelli.
Yeah, I do want to play Sekiro as well.
And we got other games are also coming out, and Sekiro is definitely like the thing I'm looking forward to. Right?
Yeah, another game I'm looking forward to that's coming out fairly soon. I think it's in March. It should be coming out. Is that Outward game? I think I mentioned it last podcast, I believe. But basically, you're it's like The Witcher 3. It's the best way I could describe it, except for instead of being like the powerful Witcher, you're a peasant that basically has no powers or anything, and you kind of have to go out and like make money to pay off your debts. So it looks pretty awesome though. I would recommend people to go check it out.
Is that the one you said that you start off as like basically just a common man?
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
you have absolutely nothing? Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Releases March 26th.
Yeah, I knew it was pretty soon. But yeah, basically I've seen some videos. Like the trailer for it that's on Steam doesn't do it justice because it's just kind of like a cinematic trailer. But I've seen like some YouTube videos where people kind of go into like the details of the game and like what makes the game and things like that. And I would recommend people look at that up to actually see, because there's a lot of just different aspects that kind of go into like building your character and like how you dictate how you're going to fight certain bosses. Because like I said, you're not a powerful person, you're just a normal person. So when you fight two muggers, you actually got to think like, how am I going to defeat these two muggers, which are like, just basic humans, much less a giant ant monster or whatever. So but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's probably my number one game I'm looking forward to.
Days Gone is also coming out soon.
That's on my list as well.
Apparently, like, I've been reading a little bit. Like Days Gone they've got like for the press essentially like closed doors where they could play the game and not like show any footage of it, of course. So apparently on the surface Days Gone is like this really, really generic looking game. But what everybody has said thus far is that the story is super fucking engaging for a kind of this generic third-person shooter.
I would like to point out that Astroneer has a better score than Anthem on Metacritic.
And by extension, a better score than Fallout 76.
Yeah.
I hope so.
So if you have $30 and you're thinking about it, do I buy 2 months Origin Access or buy Astroneer?
Astroneer.
Yeah.
I will say
If you have
Astroneer-
friends.
Yeah, Astroneer, if you just want a game like to just pass time with, you could play it on your own, but it's definitely a game that you should play with other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. It's like I said, I think it's playable by yourself if you just want something, like I said, something to pass time with or whatnot. But like, you want to play with other people. That's what makes the game. It's just, the interaction with other people and stuff.
Yeah, that's what makes really that type of game like reach its fullest potential, is to play with friends. Like
Yeah.
I would not play Factorio alone. I would not play Terraria alone.
No.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of require you playing with friends.
But I actually enjoyed playing. I played Astroneer for like 4 hours alone, and I actually kind of like it. I don't know why. Is it because I want to do everything myself? And I don't want you to fuck up my plan.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I think that you can play it alone if you just kind of want to just like, maybe sit down, have a show going, and just play a game without having to actually like, think about what you're doing. Then yeah, you could play it by yourself. But the real fun comes in with the interactions.
With friendos.
Yeah, Sully and I were going around the planet with a rover, and imagine if we had to if you were alone, you would have to flatten out the ground yourself and then drive. But we were doing the other one drove, and the other one would flatten out the ground so the car won't get stuck.
It was a nightmare, by the way.
It was a
And
nightmare.
imagine,
Probably.
imagine like just driving around. There was no Trevor holes to dodge.
Dude, they're everywhere. I did not realize how many holes you had dug in an entire planet. But there are Trevor holes everywhere. And you could always tell because it's like a perfect little circle just going straight through the planet. Because that's just what he does. He'd be like, guys, I'll be back. Trevor, what are you doing? I'm in this hole.
Yeah. I think it's what's funny is like, cause like I wasn't trying to like destroy the base on purpose, but because I'm like I'm in the center of the earth and just I don't know where I'm coming up at. I'm just going, and I think it's like the funniest thing to me is like you guys like I'm just doing my thing and the next time I hear like something like what's that noise, and then like I just come up from one of the things you guys just built. And, like, it's just like oh shit. I'm coming up in the middle of the base.
Yeah.
My favorite line from last night was there's like dead silence and we're all off doing some like random nonsense. And out of nowhere, you hear Trevor go, you guys are going to love what I did with this hole.
It's a pretty good one, man. It was good.
It was a good hole. It was a
It
very
was a
good hole. It was a really good hole.
Yeah. So, Astroneer is the game where you make holes.
It was a damn fine hole.
Yeah. Apparently, you can make bases and stuff in this game, but
Fuck that.
It's all about that
Yeah.
whole.
Trevor's not touched anything other than just holes. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Each to their own, I guess. Oh shit! Do you guys anyone want to talk about any other games you've been playing?
Ooh.
I'm starting Dragon Quest soon. Dragon Quest 11.
That's cool.
Not yet though.
Are you gonna stream it?
Yeah, I don't expect it to really give me any problems. I haven't really heard anything negative about like stream issues. So hopefully
Okay.
that's the plan. Probably tomorrow.
The new
But
Dead
still-
Cells update is out. Pretty good. Game's difficult as balls, but recommend Dead Cells to. Well, I mean, I don't even know anymore if I recommend Dead Cells to anybody. I've played it so much.
I've been playing Slay the Spire still, and I have almost 200 hours on it, and I'm at a point where it's kind of hard to play the game anymore because there's nothing really new anymore, and they're not like updating the game as it for now. And they're probably gonna make something like DLC, and it's at the end it has like it's like suggesting that there should be more to the game.
Well, that's
And they're
the easy
probably
thing
gonna
to
update
do.
it.
To never
Huh?
to never develop your game in a way that it ends definitively, so you can
Yeah.
make infinite amounts of sequels and DLCs.
Yeah. And also, I've played Darkest Dungeon, but I'm not very good at it. And
Don't
I
worry, nobody's good at Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah, you're probably better than the general public. I've given up on that game like 3 times.
don't know how, but I have almost 100 hours on Darkest Dungeon.
I mean, you probably don't even realize it how much time you spend in the dungeons.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you
it's-
played it a lot whenever you were away at your parents.
Yeah, but I played Slay the Spire a lot more. Huh.
Darkest
I don't know.
Dungeon is legit, is correct. Which was also recently announced. Red Hook recently announced the developers that they're making a sequel, like a proper sequel for Darkest Dungeon, which I do intend on checking out. This time probably I won't probably buy into the early access like I did with Darkest Dungeon. I generally want to keep away from early access because reasons. I'd like to get the full experience these days because there's too many times I bought into early access games, and when the full release comes out, I never touch the game again. I feel like I'm like losing a lot of content that way. It's the reason I haven't bought Hades yet. I really want to play Hades, but I
Yeah, I wanna
really
play it
fucking don't
too.
want to buy it right now.
I played a game called Forgotten Anne, and it's kind of it's basically a story game where you solve like kind of these little mini puzzles as you progress through the story, and but I really love the art aspect of it because it looks like a drawn cartoon as you play it, and basically, I haven't beat it yet. I still got to stream it to beat the game at the very end. And I think it's $20. And honestly, I don't know if I could say that it's worth $20 because I think I've put like I just checked. I got like 5 hours in the game, and I'm about to beat it. So I think if it goes on sale, I would say it might be worth it if you like these little, a game that's just strictly story mostly with a little bit of puzzle work in there. But that's what a new game that I played recently.
Yeah, I saw you stream it. I'm not sure if I like the game or not. It has. I think the story isn't just for me. But the puzzles were pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best thing that I liked about it was just, I mean, it was something different for me, and I really did enjoy the art style. The art style was really awesome for the game. But yeah.
Yeah, that was we maybe had a little bit of difficulty this time around to like find games that we've been playing because we haven't really been playing a whole lot. Like I haven't been playing really anything, or I've been playing like old games, like I always do. Like Dead Cells is something I've been playing for the last, I don't know, since it came out in early access. It's one of the few games that I've sticked with through the early access phase, and they're still thankfully updating the game with substantial content. I've been grinding trying to get the 5th boss cell, and I did beat one of the first new bosses today when I lowered the difficulty to bitch mode. So now I'm trying to do the same thing with the quote unquote hardest difficulty. All right.
I don't know what else to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I've already talked as much as I can.
Okay. TLDR from 3 hours is Anthem, don't buy it. Everything else, buy
it. But don't pre-order it.
Don't fucking pre-order.
That's how we should just end every podcast.
That's how we say it every time.
Yeah, I'm really hostile.
By artifact.
Oh yeah.
No, he said artifact.
Yeah,
that's a different game.
That's a different game.
That's a different game.
Damn.
That's new.
Damn. Thanks for watching, everybody. And let's once again give a little golf clap to Sully for being here as our honored guest. Don't clap yourself, asshole.
Sully, thank you. There's so many people I would like to thank.
I want to thank the Academy and so on.
Who the fuck's the Academy?
I don't know. There's always some
streamer academy.
Like legit, Lethal Frag.
Yeah.
Lethal Frag is probably the only streamer who has been enacted into Twitch's Hall of Fame. I think, because I can't find the Hall of Fame anywhere anymore.
Huh.
No idea what that is.
Like way back in the day, like this is years ago, Lethal Frag was the first streamer to be enacted into the whole Twitch Hall of Fame. And I can't find the Hall of Fame anymore. Like I don't think they do the thing anymore.
Pantsless Academy.
Yeah, that's where I put all the new members when they join the team. They go to the Pantsless Academy. They need to pass the academy before they're full members of No Pants Society.
Tom takes the pants off himself. It's actually really impressive.
Yes. True story.
And
that's why I'm so uncomfortable here.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, yeah. Guys, let's do shout-outs.
I'll go first.
Do it.
You can catch me at twitch.tv/Trevor the Miracle. And I stream just variety games. So right now I'm streaming Subnautica and maybe, some Far Cry stuff here and there. But yeah, come check me out.
Also, Trevor has pets, as you've seen. So,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can always ask for seeing the cute doggo or the cute kitty cat.
Yeah.
And he also recently reached 50 follows, which means he can finally start whoring himself out for those sweet, sweet subs.
I'll teach you
I
how.
still gotta do one more thing. I gotta reach one more goal, some shit like that.
Oh, it's probably the.
Is it the
average
unique
earner.
stream days?
No,
Oh, concurrence.
It's the like have three concurrents or whatever the fuck it is. Gotta do
I mean,
that.
that's easy.
I'm close. I'm like super close to it, so
Yeah.
it'll be soon.
You just have to stay up throughout the night, and then I'll catch stream. You have to
Okay.
stay up until like 9 o'clock in the morning.
I'll just do a sleepy time stream, and you can watch me sleep.
Yeah, just leave it. I think
Yeah.
it's actually against TOS, but
I think
I'll
Yeah,
still-
that's against TOS on this site, but it's not against the TOS on YouTube.
oh,
It's really
Story.
weird that it's against TOS.
I'll check
Anyway.
out your sweet YouTube then.
Yeah.
For sleepy time.
Yeah, Trevor's sleepy time corner. That's what it's called.
Exactly. All right, who's next? I'm gonna go last.
Go ahead, North.
Well, I'm gonna shout out Gorbish. Go
Fucking
check out Gorbish. He does speedruns. Warhammer. I don't know which one
4K?
of them. No, is it 4K? Well, Gorbish can say which game.
Gorbish, whore out yourself.
Well, some Warhammer shit. Yeah, he speedruns that, and he also plays
Also,
variety
Gorbish
games.
is the newest member of No Pants Society, so you definitely
Yeah.
should click the follow button because he's part of the team now.
Hell yeah!
Oh.
And personally, I haven't streamed that much lately, or at all. But I think I got something brewing, and I'm gonna start streaming a lot more again. So, see you in the future.
Do I have to shout myself out?
You don't have to if
I mean,
you
if
don't
you
want
don't
to.
do it, I do it.
I guess. Yeah, I guess you got a point. I mean, I guess I will. I'm lazy. My name is McSully Sulkin. And I only play Final Fantasy VII. That's it.
Lies.
Like once a month.
Sully's a speedrunner.
But
Those who don't know.
yeah, I don't do a whole lot of casual
Third
game streams.
fastest in the world.
Third and second. All right.
Third and
All right.
second in the world.
But yeah, I don't do a whole lot of casual stuff, and if I do, it's usually off stream. But you know, games.
Yeah, dude.
Twitch.tv/McSullySulkin. Don't follow me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do artifact tournaments, top 700 in the world
Mhm.
as well.
My name is Tom. Twitch.tv/Tomolo. I mean, you're in my channel right now, so if you don't click that follow button, then nothing will ever make you click the follow button.
Oh, I think I unfollowed.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
No, I really did. All right, we're good.
Thanks everybody for watching though. This yeah, it's time to unfollow, boys. Let's go. Thanks everybody for the new follows, the bits, and the gifted subs, and the one resub. I think that's everybody. I don't really want to name names, but you guys are awesome. That's what's happening.
You know who you are.
This episode will be on YouTube, and thank you, Trevor. And also a thing that we're gonna start doing with the community. So this is something that I wanted to do for a while now. We're gonna start community streams, which essentially means that the members of No Pants will we just play a game on our own channels, and then we can use multi-Twitch or Khadgar or whatever, where people can watch multiple perspectives. And the first game that we're gonna do is Terraria, which will happen this week, hopefully. We still are hashing out when, because I mean, we got through 2 Finnish boys here, and then we got a couple of Americans, and and fiddling around with time zones and work schedules is always not that easy. But yeah, this week probably still will happen. It'll be, I guess, a 3-hour Terraria stream with the community.
Yeah. Check your Twitter. Follow us on Twitter so you can see when we're having it.
Definitely, either Twitter or Discord. Or Discord is probably Twitter is probably better. I mean, I'm shit at both, to be honest.
And if you have memes, join the Discord and send your memes at the Nord's meme dream, so I can rate your memes from 1 to 10.
Okay, Gorbish, thanks for the resub. Hack Halo, thanks for the 1,000 bits. Gratigi, thanks for the resub. And Waspy, thanks for the 5 gifted subs. You're happy, Hack, now. You got named.
Yeah, Hack.
Yeah, Hack. Like, half of this podcast will not make any fucking sense on YouTube. Because we're addressing chat. And they're like, who the fuck's Hack? And then in the comment section, who the fuck is this Hack guy?
Yeah, you gotta come check it out when we're live.
Yeah, get off of YouTube, motherfuckers.
What are you doing on YouTube?
Okay. Thanks, guys, for watching. We're gonna shut the stream off now, so say hi, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.